Wait a minute, it's something very silent going on right now. I forgot to do something. What did I forget to do? Oh yeah, if it comes on, there you go. What's going on, people? What is going on, man? It is Monday. It is a cooling off period. We vibing today, as you already see, man. I'm your host, 6-Man K Styles, as we got the Cooler Talk Monday with Mad Mike Sports, and we have a special guest for y'all today as well, AFN's own. Well, take back on the screen. I was about to say, who to pause my music? We got Night Rider and the crew in the back.
Yeah, boy, it's gonna go down like a right hook and turn around right here, boy. There's gonna be a lot of fuss over here. I'm letting you know right now.
The Night Riding this thing. Oh man. So, like I said, welcome to Cooler Talk Mondays, where we discuss what the hell happened the day before. What's up?
Oh, I'll be back. I forgot something. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. So, as we already do, we got to go down with what? We got the real roll call. As Mad Mike decides to come back, let's go ahead and get that roll call kicked off, man. Like I said, we got Lee 85 starting us off tonight. We got Joe Thorpe, Melvin Emery, Tail Sports and Gaming. We got Big Ant in the building. We got Sonia in the building, Pat Norris, Sherman Wood, Michael Walker, not that Michael Walker, ATL Leo, Silas Draven, Andrew G. We got another one of AFN's own Coach Unchained in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love as well. We got Nathan Floyd. We got Bridget Kelsey. We got another homie in here too, man. We got the Blackberry. The home team is in the building. Pamela Johnson, Xavier Littman, Robert Bennett. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. 3, 2. What's going on, people? What is going on, man? As you already know, man, we're going to get this thing started. If you now just tuning in, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us before we go ahead and hit this show up. So, Mike, how are we going to kick this thing off tonight, man? What's on your mind?
Well, should I do this first? Let me do this first. All right, let me do this first.
All right, hold on. Let me get the band out the way. All right, go ahead.
Okay. But I want to do this first before I kind of get to my opening segment. But this Bob Rathbun, per statement from Valley Sports, Bob Rathbun briefly lost consciousness on the court. Emergency medical professionals on site quickly treated Rathbun with dehydration and stable, responsive, and heading to Emory Midtown for further evaluation. So, if you did not know, then he had the incident. I think they saying he had a seizure on while he was doing the game, and thank God he's okay. But I just want to send out all my well wishes to Bob Rathbun. He is a great guy. He's one of those Atlanta legends that's willing to help any and everybody. So, just best wishes out to Bob Rathbun and his family, man. Speedy recovery.
Oh, definitely, man. And like you said, that dehydration, boy, that is some serious thing. That's why they always tell you, man, you gotta drink your liquids. You gotta drink.
I believe it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to address a situation. This is a real. Typically, I don't call people out by name, but I think this called for it. I forgot to put up the post in itself, the tweet in itself, and I think this is what we try to stay away from as far as AFN is concerned. The Unholy Alliance. We try to stay away from certain things as it pertains to people when they're personal. When shit get personal. All right. And yes, I mean okay. Um I'm gonna say I rather shut your ass up. But
What the fuck?
I ain't said a damn thing. You already started shit.
I'd rather ain't work with damn, man. All right. But we at AFN and Unholy Alliance, we really try to stay away from certain things when down to these players, man, because these players have lives, they have wives, they have family and friends that absolutely love them. And these guys see and hear everything that we say. And to go out of your way to call for a guy's job, I think that's just low and disgusting. Extremely low and disgusting. Why would you go out of your way to make sure that and say that you represent the fans and saying these types of things? And the person we're talking about, like I said, this is the last and the only time I'm gonna speak on I'm gonna say this person's name. And this dude is Big Low Country.
Man, a damn thing country body.
And but you go out of your way to say you speak. Let me ask a question to the fans in here. I want the people. I'm like, I'm a fan, you a fan, everybody a fan. But how many of y'all will go out of your way to say that you're gonna create a petition to say, I want this guy out and I represent the Atlanta Falcons fans? How many people will go that far to make a decision to make sure this person and this fan and this player loses his job and loses his livelihood? How many of y'all would do that?
That don't make no damn sense. It don't make no damn sense. Shit, if it weren't like that, shit, I would have got a petition together, got some motherfucking fire from Walmart. You don't see me running around doing that shit. That don't make no damn sense.
Like, come on, man. Like, why do we have to stoop that low? Okay, why do we have to stoop that low to go out of your way to make sure that you say that you people? That's the shit that I like. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. They're just going too far. And these are the content creators that we watch, we support, and you go out, like I said, you go out of your way to make sure these damn that say that you represent the people and you doing stuff like that. Like I said, it's at some point we have to let football be football and leave the personal issues out of the way, because this man literally just had a child. His wife just gave birth to a child, and we sitting up here talking about sign a petition so he can lose his job. It's low, it's disgusting. It's low, it's disgusting, and it's just way too far, man. Like I said, man, this at some point, man, as Falcons fans and as just people, we gotta speak on these issues, because if you're gonna speak all about what Kanye doing and all this type of shit, we got a lot of people that have a platform and they doing fuck shit, and we just let them get away with doing fuck shit and disgusting shit like this.
So like
it's coming from me, all right? This is coming from me, not nobody else. This is coming from me. At the end of the day, me, I said it.
See,
not K-Style, not Maggie, not everybody else. I said this.
See, but like I said, here's the thing though. As much as we have been seeing the play, because like I said, at the end of the day, all this comes back down is to what the expectation was of what the season is compared to what the players we have. Now, Mariota is frustrating a lot of people as far as certain aspects of the game where we watching him where he may overthrow some players or he doesn't look like he's out here being, I ain't gonna say out here not being a leader, but not vocalizing certain things. Like he's got some frustrating plays. But it's what, like I said, it's one thing to voice frustration. Like I said, totally understandable. The one thing that I can't agree with is trying to be the voice of the voiceless. I mean, people look at us content creators like that, but the main thing that my mindset is always is I'm just a fan like everybody else. I don't think I'm better than everybody. And like you said, some people are gonna look at that and say, "Okay, yes, I ride with that stunt. I agree. Do. That is you. That is fine." To be honest with you, I can't see the shit anyway because I'm blocked. I've been blocked too, so I haven't seen nothing. Let's just know that eyes is everywhere. Let's just say that.
Eyes is everywhere. Okay, yeah, I'm a person that was blocked. So,
oh shit, I was blocked too, so
I
can't say nothing. All I know is it got around.
Man, I'm telling you, that shit that don't make no damn sense. You ain't got nothing else to do in life. You got a mission to get the man fucking fired. Yeah. Really, dude? Really? I mean, shoot, I'm frustrated as hell. I mean, I'm Mario to sit too, but I ain't finna sit there and damn petition this shit. That don't make no damn sense. That shit made me look bad.
Because what you're trying to say is the whole like in a way you're pretty much trying to undermine everything everybody's doing here in this organization. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with voicing frustration.
Might look at the comment, dog.
What comment you said?
Just look at the comments, man.
Oh my God, what the hell? Nathan said, "You only represent yourself as a fan. It's your voice. You don't represent all the fans, and damn sure not the voice of the fans."
I swear for Lord.
Yeah, man. Like I said, and this is why. Look, I'm about to say this is why we say over here. Like I said, we value everybody's opinion, whether you agree or not. Like I say, that's not about being the voice of the voiceless. That's not about being said, I am the leader of the Falcon fan brigade.
Damn, so don't speak for me. Shit, I'm telling you right.
But like you said, man, as we already know, like I said, we've seen this past game. We've seen the past couple games. We've seen the charts as far as the passing and the inconsistencies of throwing the deep ball. The just the negative plays in itself. And like I said, it's understandable to be frustrated, but don't be trying to lead a brigade
for the negativity.
Just so you can appease the negative side of the fan base, because that's essentially what that all is. If majority of your fan base represents the negative side, you're gonna do what it can to get the negative side. That's all that shows.
And like I said, about the biggest in K-Style, you said it, and we're gonna transition into the next topic. But it all comes down to, like you say, things we're gonna talk about the good and the bad, but we're not petitioning to to make Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer. We don't create petitions to make him a Hall of Famer to say, all right, let's bring make Tyler Algier the offensive rookie of the year. I don't see petitions for the good things. I don't see anything, but as soon as somebody do some bad or something controversial, yeah, we're gonna create petitions to get rid of them. How about we create petitions to do something positive? I don't see that same energy. So it's like at the end of the day, man, my thing is, like I said, absolutely. Like I said, you got to be bigger than better than that. And like I said, everybody, I always tell people all the time, make sure that you see for yourself. So see for yourself.
Right.
That's it. See for yourself. What's real and what's not real.
Look, I was about to say, JBM said, did you read the petition? Like I said, I've been blocked. Just think about that for a second. Mike has been blocked. We can't read shit.
We can't read a damn thing. Okay?
All I know is I got out.
Do this shit with y'all tonight. I'm trying my best.
Hey, man.
I'm trying my best.
Hey, man. That's all it comes down to, man. Like I said, man. I ain't did nothing to nobody, man. But like I said, you get blocked, you just get blocked just on affiliation, man. Goddamn. This is why we always say we ain't for everybody. If you think of us as the bad guys, we appreciate it. Because what did Triple H always say? If you're not making enemies, you're not making money. If anybody remember that promo. For all my wrestling fans out there.
One, stop.
But like I said, enough of the jibber jabber, enough of putting enough energy into that. Let's kind of get to what we're talking about tonight. As we've already spoke on, as far as what Arthur Smith was talking about, as there's definitely some changes need to be coming, especially now that we got this bye week out the way. This bye week is coming up. I want to ask everybody watching.
I ain't seen none of the press conferences yet. I need to go back and watch them. I've been at work all damn day, so I ain't really been doing much.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to ask everybody. What do you think he means by that? In your opinion?
I'm trying my best. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that sounds like you about to have a goddamn brouhaha in the background.
Boy, they goddamn these folks crazy, boy, coach. Boy, I can't stand y'all.
What the hell? Well, let me see what the hell y'all going for. Oh, Lord. Oh, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't doing that. But yeah, stop. Skip, stop.
Skip, don't do that, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip.
So getting back to the question, like I said, what do y'all think he means by that? Like, how deep does the rabbit hole go as far as when he's talking about changes? What are you expecting?
Man, it's hard to even think. Man, it's hard not to think about Arthur Smith thinking about making a damn change at quarterback, man. It's hard not to think about that. It's really hard not to think about that because, you know, he Mariota missing throws to wide open receivers. I mean, he doing the thing. He throwing short passes, you know. But it's something just off. It's something that's just off. And I think it might be time for going to just see what Desmond Ridder got so you'll see what you're going to do for the future. You know what I'm saying? We know we ain't out the race yet. I know Arthur Smith talk about he don't want he don't want to put the rookie in right now because as long as they still got a shot at playoffs, then he'll keep him in. But dog, I think it's time.
Okay.
You got to make some kind of change, bro. I think it's time. We've seen enough.
Okay. Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike. What do you think? Where do you think he's going with this? Like,
As far as the statement is him making changes,
mm-hmm.
um, I think there's a number of changes that could be, but one of the things as a head coach you can't, especially when there's so much inconsistencies, especially at the lead position, at quarterback, you can't, as a head coach, say I'm not going to look at it. This past game was probably the worst I've ever seen Marcus Mariota. Like he couldn't do anything right. He wasn't decisive in running. And that's something that he's not necessarily he doesn't lack confidence in that. But I saw a lot of hesitation when it come to like when he could have ran. He stayed in the pocket when we obviously had situations where we need to get 2-3 yards. He hesitated. And Jesus Christ.
Hey, you don't mind if I do something right quick, right? You don't mind if I do something?
Go ahead.
I want to pull something up here. Y'all mind me pulling up something. This is coming from this past game, and they put it up here. This is credited to Next Gen Stats at NFL.com. Go ahead and pull this up. Now hold on, let me see if I can zoom in. Let me know if y'all can see this a little bit better. Okay. I wish I'd have had this better prepared. So as we already know with Mariota, he was 13 of 24 for 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now, if you look at this chart here, as y'all know, the blue line right here is the line of scrimmage. Then you're going right here is at the 10-yard mark. Now, for those that may be colorblind or may not be, the green dot means the passes he completed. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. You had 3 past 10, 1 close to 30, but then you start looking at these incompletions. You're looking at the incompletions. And there was a few of those passes where he kind of overshot. He overshot Drake London on a couple of them. And then, like I said, I know we just speaking on the standpoint here. When y'all see this chart, what are you thinking? And of course, you got the red dot, which is the interception that he threw, where he literally
that's the one at the end of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He looked right at him and still threw it.
Right. Now, you can't do that against Minka Fitzpatrick, man.
Right.
Man, we don't watch enough of him play at Alabama. You can't do that against him.
Right. So I just wanted to bring that up right quick just to kind of show where the patterns of that is. So the reason why I'm saying this too is the topic of Desmond Ridder. And is it time for Desmond Ridder? The question is not, is it time to see Desmond Ridder now? The question is it time to see him and stick with him? That you have to ask people. Because it's bland to say it's time for Ridder, but what will be your expectations for him? Not just for these last 4 games, but for the next season.
I think
because
he'd be.
because
I think he'd be able to. I think he'd be able to make some more of them plays though. Though deep passes, although they do say he do have accuracy issues,
right,
I think he'd make those plays.
right. But the reason why I'm saying this too is because you got that portion of the brigade that is still screaming for CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Lamar Jackson, all these guys to come
Man,
in
all
and
the
save
folks
the
that
Atlanta
screaming,
Falcons.
they crazy. I don't know what they got going on. They are crazy.
Right. Once you put in Ridder, the best thing you're going to have to do is stick with him. Like I said, this is why I say I do not want to see no quarterback. Once you put Ridder in, I do not want to hear no quarterback moves for no Falcons anytime soon. Because you cannot judge a guy's whole entire career just on 4 games.
Yeah, let me say this real quick, K-Style. See, Brandon, let me give you a little education real quick. It's called football. You know why they make schedules? They don't have 17 games in one day. Okay, just stay with me when I say this. All right, you said y'all still talking hypothetically. Well, there's no definites in any sport. There's not a definite that anybody's gonna stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a definite somebody gonna throw 5 touchdowns. There's not a definite that somebody gonna run for 5 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck are you talking about when we say we talk about hypotheticals? If this go right, we can be a Super Bowl team. If this goes wrong, we won't be a Super Bowl team. If this guy don't stay healthy, we won't be a Super Bowl team. If we get this person in the draft, is he going to be a good draft pick? So what do you mean by why is it a bad thing that we're speaking in hypothetical? So
You know what? Like I said, hold on. I think it'll be a little bit better if he does come in and explain since
yeah,
he
let
wasn't coming.
him, like Brandon. Nobody else. We will not let anybody else on. So
Nobody
Brandon,
else is exactly.
you will not be on. Brandon, hit that, and we want to see what you have to say. I want to see what you got to say.
Because when we're talking about hypotheticals, these are the same hypothetical situations that have been cramming and been spoken about in this fan base since the draft happened, since this past offseason. So is it really a hypothetical, or is this some of a fan made fiction novel that's people want? So
Come on, Brandon. You don't
here we
have
go.
to. You don't have to. You can turn your camera off. You don't have to be. You don't have to be seen. So
wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. I talked to y'all during that remember after that Bengals game, I told y'all to bench Mariota. He ain't the man. He can't engineer a competent passing offense. Y'all damn near laughed me off the show. Now here it is. After we was 4-4, we go 1-5. We lose 3 straight, and all of a sudden y'all saying bench Mariota. We should have been bench Mariota. And as far as talking hypotheticals, I'm gonna explain myself, bro. We're not talking about the draft, bro. We're talking about what do we have in this player so that we can evaluate what we need to go in the draft. We don't know what the man is. He might come out and be decent and be good enough where you don't have to draft CJ Stroud or whoever.
Well,
But what you don't know is what he can do and can he engineer a competent passing offense. But you know Marcus Mariota can't do it, and he ain't never been able to do it. So that's my whole point.
He has been able to do it. He has been able
to
do it.
No, he hasn't, bro. I don't even know why you sit up there and tell
He
me.
literally had the same. He literally had the same.
Mike,
almost
what
the exact
games
same.
have you been watching?
Oh, stop!
What games have you been watching? The man ain't 65% completion percentage in the season.
Brandon, relax. I'm about to tell you. Okay. Did you not? Do you want us to show you the stats when it comes down to Lamar Jackson, the guy, the $200 million.
Why are you talking about Lamar Jackson?
We talking about
hold on, everybody, hold on. Now you probably asking why are we speaking on Lamar Jackson? Now you got to ask the question: why is Lamar Jackson's name keep popping up for the Falcons?
K Styles, this ain't about Lamar Jackson.
No. Listen.
Pray the strong argument to take away from what we really talk about.
We on the same. We still talking about the same subject.
No, what
you
I'm
said
told,
he's never been able to do it. You said he was never been able to do it, right? That was your words, right?
Never been able to do it.
Okay, so the question is, the reason why I brought up Lamar Jackson is because Lamar Jackson at this current time have almost identical numbers than Marcus Mariota at this current time. So if Marcus Mariota is garbage, then what is Lamar Jackson?
I'm not even speaking on that man, bro.
What?
I'm not even speaking on that man. I'm speaking on Marcus Mariota. He plays for the Falcons. That's the team who I'm watching. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not here to compare him to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a former MVP. He's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league next year. Marcus Mariota will never achieve that. So if you want to compare something, let's say that.
Okay, so now let's go to the Ridder conversation. What is your expectation for Desmond Ridder for the rest of this season, and are you sticking with him after this season?
Well, I'm gonna say this, K-Style, and I'm gonna speak clearly about this. My expectation for him this season is to evaluate him and see what he can do. Put him in position to throw the ball, see how he throw the ball, see how he manage the game, see how he takes pressure. And then from at the end of the season, we can go from there. We can't say whether or not we're gonna stick with him. We ain't seen him. So we can't say that's not something we can speak on. But what we can say is, can he make these throws? Can he do this? Can he do that? Can he run this kind of offense? Can he do this? Can he do that? Then that's on coaching. And I told y'all that in the Bengals game. I said, listen, Smith don't trust the man to throw the ball. And you've seen that throughout these weeks. He don't trust him. He got to pull him.
Let me tell you this. Do you know the numbers that what's the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, right? Do you know the numbers that he had? Ryan Tannehill had. Do you know the numbers?
Are you referring to that year that they ran Derrick Henry into the
ground? Under Arthur Smith.
Are you referring to that year, sir?
We talking about
the year you're referring to, sir? If you're referring to that year, sir, the Tennessee Titans had a competent passing game. We don't have that, Mike.
Let me explain to you. You keep talking,
my boy.
You wanna be heard, but you're not listening. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because you said he doesn't trust him, but he has the same amount of attempts, Ryan Tannehill, when it comes down to the passing game, is Mariota. He never had guys that pass for over 4,000 yards like that in his offense. Consistent. So Arthur Smith doesn't trust the passing game in its totality. That's not an indictment on Marcus Mariota. He is a heavy run. This has been his whole scheme the entire time he's been the offensive coordinator and now as a head coach. That's not an indictment on him. It could be an indictment on top of that. The Falcons offensive line, when it came down to the passing attempts, they were like, I think the percentage, I think it was like 27%. As far as the pressure is concerned, and that was like top of the league when it came down to the Falcons being able to like every drop back, he had pressure in his face. So it wasn't an indictment on Marcus Mariota. It was more of an indictment on the offensive line. So if we're going to say that we can't pass the ball, yes, we can't pass the ball. But to say it's solely because of Marcus Mariota, it's wrong, because we've had issues offensive linemen. The numbers say that. And this is what we're saying. Now, when it comes down to whether or not Marcus Mariota is the answer for the Falcons, nobody on this panel has ever stated that Marcus Mariota is the answer. Nobody. What we've always stated is if he's winning, if he's an Atlanta Falcons quarterback or a player, that we're going to stand behind him. That's what we do. So that's the issue. Okay. So whether or not you are wrong or you were right, you possibly were. At the end of the day, you're right. Let's just say you're right. Mariota is not he's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. We all know that. He was a backup. Why would anybody think that a backup coming to the Atlanta Falcons is going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback with this roster? So we're going to think logically and not emotionally. So you're stating that he's garbage or he's trash. That's not genius. It's just the truth. We see that. We see the numbers. We don't see 50 touchdowns on Marcus Mariota's resume. I don't see 3 interceptions in a season and 50 touchdowns. I don't see 5,000 yards. So why would I state that Marcus Mariota is going to come here and be the difference maker for them? That's just ludicrous.
All right. I'm about to say you want to rebuttal what he says? Blackberry.
Oh yeah. I'll rebuttal. Go ahead, Blackberry.
Let Brandon go real quick.
I got a rebuttal for that. Nobody said he was a Pro Bowl quarterback, but you make it seem like he's a competent quarterback, and he is not. He is not. And you said, hold on, you just said we're winning. No, Mike, we're not winning. We lost.
What is a competent quarterback?
Hold on.
Some people have different ideas.
I'm gonna tell you, my boy. I'm gonna tell you. We're not winning. We lost 3 straight. We was 4-4. We 1-5. You understand what I mean? We done scored 16 this week, 13 last week. We're not scoring. We're not passing. He's not a competent quarterback. When I say competent, I mean able to maestro a passing attack that is effective. That's what I mean. He's not able to do that. He's not able to manage a game. For 2 straight weeks, he had the ball in his hand. He threw a pick 2 straight weeks. You understand? So when we look at that, we got to say to ourselves, he's not the answer. Nobody ever said nothing about him being Pro Bowl. He's not even competent. He's a wishbone quarterback playing high school offense, 1-read offense. He ain't doing that well. So he should have been benched a long time ago. But of course, you're gonna ride with your man because guess what you say? Oh, he's winning. We winning. No, you're winning in spite of him. Had it not been for that run game and that defense, boy, we might be top 3 right now. Top 3 in the draft war. That's a fact.
Okay, there you go right there. Let's stay right there, okay? Right there. Now, you said he should have been benched a long time ago. Now, when did you first start saying we need to bench Marcus Mariota? What do you remember what week it was that you came on here and you said we need to bench Marcus Mariota? What week?
The Bengals game. The Bengals game. What was our record then? I don't care. I don't care about record. I'm looking at the play. See, that's you.
Okay,
that's you. No. See, that's you.
No,
that's you that's worried about records. I ain't worried about no record.
You said what you had to say.
Now, I had to say, but I'm just telling you, I don't worry about the record.
Okay.
I'm looking
at
the play.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead, Blackberry. What you got? Go ahead.
You're not worried about the record. That's fine, bro. That situation back then, after the Bengals game, if I'm not mistaken, we had just came off 2 back-to-back wins after that Bengals game, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm not mistaken, just like how you saying he threw 2 games back-to-back just now, well, he threw an interception at the end of the game. He also went 3 games earlier this year without turning the ball over. That's 1. 2, he had one of the best quarterback ratings coming into that Bengals game. He had one of the best, even going out that game, he still had one of the best quarterback ratings. That's 2. 3, our whole point, my point, let me not speak for everybody else. My point, leading up until this point of the season, was that unless we are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, which we still are not, there is no reason to change quarterbacks if Marcus Mariota ain't staying in hypotheticals. Was not hypothetical. Plenty of teams right now in the worst situation than quarterback, and they are not in playoff contention. This team is still in playoff contention.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Answer it. Ed makes a good point here.
We are in an ultimate system. Okay, I think I had lost y'all for a minute. Y'all hear me?
Hey, you keep going in and out, man. You going in and out like a bug. But what I was about to say with this comment was like, you did say you wasn't worried about the record, but you brought up the record.
No, I ain't worried about the record, man. It's about evaluating the players, man. And if you can see, like I can see, that the man is not helping you win games. Do you understand what I mean? And when I say I ain't worried about the record,
he was the cause for winning the game. How the hell can he not be the
game? Only game he won was San Fran, maybe. Other than, and that San Fran was out 8 or 9 players. That man ain't won no games, man. That man we won in spite of Mariota. This is a fact. This is the truth.
Bro, he literally had a game-winning touchdown himself. What you talking about? Himself.
He had a game-winning touchdown himself.
He's had yes. Okay.
So the defense didn't stop him. The defense didn't do nothing. The run game didn't do nothing. The coaching didn't do nothing. So it's all on him.
Your opinion is on Marcus Mariota, right? Why are we bringing up the defense?
Because you saying he literally had something by himself. No, he ain't had nothing by himself. The same old line. Now hold on. The same old line that you want to sit up here and throw under the bus is the same old line blocking for him. The same old line, Chris Lindstrom and them boys rating out at 95% every week. Them boys right there putting in work. Caleb McGarry about to sign a huge extension and Lindstrom. So it ain't the old line. It ain't the old line. You know what I'm saying? It's the quarterback. No, hell no, it ain't the old line, man. Listen, we rolling up rushing yards every week. It ain't because of Mariota. Every week. And we got Tyler Algier, Caleb Huntley, and a kick returner turn running back. We don't even have no real back. So is that on them or is that on the O-line? Come on, man. Be real what you're saying.
But I'm still trying to get back to the fact where you said the record doesn't matter, but you brought up their record you brought their record up around that Cincy game. I'm still trying to get on that.
Yeah, because you can't look at the record when you're evaluating the player. The record don't matter. Because it's a
But you ain't properly evaluating the play, though. Now let me be real. You're not properly evaluating any play. You're improperly evaluating.
So, let me give y'all a stat real quick. I want to give y'all a stat. Hold on, Brandon. Let me give you a stat real quick. You said, all right, you stated that the running game has been great, but it is not because of Marcus Mariota. Do you know where he ranks in the NFL, in the entire NFL, when it comes down to rushing yards by a quarterback? He's 6th in the league, all right, with 438 rushing yards.
And he's last, and he's dead last in passes that are catchable. Dead last.
Okay.
So what are you really saying? What is his position? Is he
let's clear something up real quick. You want a quarterback for a competent. Hold on, bro. You want a quarterback for a competent passing. For a competent passing offense. That what you want? That's what you want, right?
Absolutely, bro. It's 2022. What are you talking about?
What kind of offense do we run?
We run a modern NFL offense. What are you saying? What are you
Bro,
saying?
you speak.
We run
Bro,
a modern NFL
listen, bro.
offense. That's what we run.
Stop speaking
What
in
are you
general
talking about?
senses. You speak in general senses. You're not specific.
I'm not speaking in
What
no
kind
general
of
sense, man.
offense do
That's
we
common
run?
sense. That's common sense. We run a modern NFL offense. We got a modern NFL coach. We took 2 pass catchers in the first round 2 years straight, and you gonna sit up here and tell
Bro,
me
what
we
kind
don't
of
run
offense
no
do we
modern
run,
NFL
bro?
offense?
What kind of
Come on,
offense
man.
do we run? What kind of offense do we run?
You tell me, bro. You know it all.
We run a run first offense. A run first offense. Okay? But you want a quarterback for a competent passing offense. You want a quarterback for an offense that we do not run. We don't run a passing offense, bro. But you want to sit here and talk about the running game, or the running game is this in spite of Marcus Mariota. The man just told you he's 6th in the league amongst quarterbacks for rushing.
But I never said run no passing offense. I said a competent passing offense. That's what I said. Georgia Bulldogs run first team. What's that team? Alabama run first team. They still got competent passing offenses. It is what it is. It's modern football, man. You can't just run the ball every play. You can't put the same tape out there every week and don't think that people gonna adjust to you. I told y'all this at the Bengals game.
We 4th in the league for doing exactly that. So what you mean we can't do
4th
that?
in the league doing what, Mike? We 5-8. My boy 5-8. What are you talking about?
So this is what he was waiting on, y'all. He was waiting on us to be 5-8 so that he can come back and talk about Marcus Mariota being the reason why we 5-8. But he didn't want. He don't want to talk about. But you
literally just said that.
You just said it, bro.
I just said that, bro.
No, I ain't just say nothing. I know what I said.
What you were saying when we were first in the division for 2 weeks? What you were saying?
I told you. I said bench the man. I've been saying that. I've been telling y'all that.
But you said that you don't think about records.
Let me tell you something, bro. You ain't first in the division because you played well. You first in the division because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This dude just say asinine things, bro. This dude does not have real takes, bro. He's a general sense talker. He talks in a general sense. He don't know nothing about football.
See that my thing. That's my thing.
He just talking in a general sense, bro. Talking to you, I feel like I'm making myself dumber about football just by listening to you.
Hold on, everybody.
I feel like I'm getting dumb about football just listening to you. You don't have no real takes, bro. You don't have no real takes. You contradict yourself. You don't contradicted yourself on here about 3-4 times, bro.
You the only one contradicting yourself. You the one still want to ride with Mariota. You the only one.
When did I say that? When did I say it?
Bro,
when did I say I'm still around?
You've been saying that.
When?
You've been saying
Tell me when.
The
proof it. I got evidence now. I'm on here every single
That's your whole
week.
point. And like I said, you ain't nobody to be talking about football with me, man. Who is you? Bro, I don't know you. You understand me?
Hold on. Brandon. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Blackberry. Stop that.
Blackberry. Brandon, hold on, Brandon. You like I said, we ain't gonna be up here talking about people don't know football. But the thing about it, Brandon, you can't think you almighty in your takes.
No, I don't. I don't.
No, you know, but you literally just said. You literally just said, "Who are you to tell me about football?"
But bro, he said that to me first. He said that to me first. He told me I didn't know football. So how the man gonna disrespect me and then me not say nothing back, K-Style? Come on, you know that ain't right, bro.
No, that's what I said too. That's why I said we're not finna be up here disrespecting people about football. That goes for everybody up here. That's why I don't like that take about people saying we don't know football or somebody don't know football. But the thing about it is, we got to have the conversation. This is what it's all about. Like I said, Brandon, you're not going to agree with everything we say. Blackberry may not agree with everything we say. Might not agree with everything everybody say. But the issue is we got to have the conversation. Regardless of, you may say, okay, they needed to bench Mariota after the Cincy game. They were still right around 500 around that time, especially when you're coming from a situation where they are exceeding the expectations.
So I want to bring let's bring Jarvis on real quick.
What's up, man? If I can get him on, because this thing done just popped up.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jarvis, what you got, bro?
What's going on, baby? How y'all doing, man?
I'm great.
What's up, bro?
I'm great, Soldier. How you doing, man?
What's going on,
baby? As I always say, I'm blessed. God's blessing me, man. I'm blessed. So, I'm about to be a new father. I want to put that out there.
Congratulations,
congratulations, my sir. Congratulations, bro.
I appreciate it. So
that's what's up.
I appreciate everything, man. One of the things I want to do is I want to bring some positivity to here. Every time I get on here, I try to bring positivity. I always tell Kate I was a mad Mike. They know how I get down. I stopped getting mad about the Falcons play on the field, regardless of good or bad.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I always say that regardless of how we feel about these players on the football field, they're going to get that paycheck regardless. Right? I always period.
See.
But this is not me coming on to talk about Mariota, how bad Mariota is. It's about what good do y'all see in the football film that y'all watch that brings a promise to you guys going forward. This is not about bringing Ridder on the field. This is not about taking Mariota off the field or any of that. I want to say that I've seen enough good on the football field that I'm encouraged by. Not, I see Mariota throw an interception here, and guess what? The way Matt Ryan got beat the hell up yesterday, I ain't got nothing to say.
Say that again. Say that again.
The way Matt Ryan got beat up yesterday, we cannot say anything bad.
Bro, that man literally got clotheslined. That man did an ultimate warrior. No, he did one of them clothesline from hell. He got one of them. Like, bro,
the thing is, guys, why are we complaining? We're not getting blowed out 54-7 or 19 on the football field, regardless of play of Mariota on the football field or anybody else on that football field. We have a competent running game. Yes, is a passing game what we want it to be? No, it is not.
No.
But what Matt Ryan was doing yesterday, he threw 3 picks. He was just throwing the ball up. I don't see Matt. Listen, guys, I'm very positive, and I try to stay positive about my team because that's all we can do. We can't get out there as fans and make them play good football. All we can do is try to fix what we can and make adjustments. Get his coaching staff. Like the other day I heard on Twitter, on what's the name of that Bleacher Report? Why Arthur Smith getting up there and acting all humble and stuff? Nah, he wasn't having that energy. I said, doggone, man. Y'all got mad at the man for going off on the media a couple months ago, and now that he's humble, you want to say that, he's changing up. Like, what do we want? What do we want, man? What do we want? It's like go ahead.
They don't know.
My bad. I can answer.
They don't know.
I can answer that in the best way I can. It's because coming into this year, nobody knew what the hell to expect.
Nope.
So nobody really had a clear-cut vision on what this team was. Like I said before, when you get rid of your staple pieces, when we're talking about Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, and you got a lot of these other guys that are gone. You still got Grady and you still got Jake.
Yes.
So you're turning over a brand new regime. You're a new leaf. Yeah, because you have to think about it. Last year, the Falcons went from throwing the ball 65% of the time with Matt Ryan to running the ball 56% of the time this year. So you're changing a whole different dynamic of the team.
But Kay,
now
let's be honest, Kay. Everybody's happy when we run the ball and winning. No, Mariota don't even come up in the conversation. Nowhere in the conversation. It ain't.
And that's the point.
Nowhere.
And that's the point. Ain't that the point right there, two jobs?
Yeah.
Ain't that the whole damn
that's the point. Right.
Like I said, winning cures a lot of things.
Yes.
Winning,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It covers up a lot of shit too.
Right. It covers up a lot of things too. So when I asked the question about Desmond, like I said, and I know you ain't trying to talk about the Desmond Ridder thing. That's why I asked the expectations of the Desmond Ridder talk, because we are, like I said, this is a possibility now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like you said.
For Desmond
Ridder,
I'm sorry about that. For Desmond Ridder, I wouldn't mind seeing Desmond Ridder getting in to get the young man feet wet. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to put him in and see what he can do." I just want to get the young man in to get his feet wet and get him some playing time on the football field, to build confidence. Mm-hmm. Whether he go in the game and throw 2 interceptions or whatever, I don't think Desmond Ridder is the guy to get down on himself. Malik Willis going to the game and throw 2 interceptions. He on the sideline with his head down in his lap.
Oh no, boy! I'm finna tell you something, boy. Desmond Ridder, boy. That motherfucker don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna let you know now.
He don't. Not at all.
Yeah.
Ice water in his veins.
I saw 2019. That's all I need to say right there.
Yep.
But
tell him, okay.
I want to hit this comment right here. Weezy said, just took a look at our team state. Said, main reason we are 3 games under 500 is that we have a bottom 5 passing attack and a bottom 5 defensive unit in yards per game and points allowed.
But DPs will tell you real quick, I don't care how many yards I give up. I have a bend but don't break defense, and it showed in the second half of that game. The Falcons did a clamp down. Was it a perfect clamp down? No. Have the Falcons been having trouble getting off on the field on 3rd down? Yes, they have. But when it comes down to the game, they have been clamping down and stopping the other team. Look, there's a stat that just came out for AJ Terrell, and for the last 3 weeks, he's given up 9 yards. Not 3 weeks, 9 yards, 4 incompletions. He's did 4 completions and allowed 39.4% of completions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, and you can't argue the number.
For 3 weeks. He's only been back for 3 weeks, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Only been back for 3 weeks. Been back for 3 weeks.
See, but you know what it sounds like too? It sounds like a lot of this fan base want a passing quarterback in a run first offense.
No, none of this fan base. What it is? None of this fan base really are Falcons fans. Let's be honest.
You right on that too.
We already know that.
Actually,
spectators.
Here's what I think. I think some of these Falcons fans are more so they see the Chiefs offense, or maybe they see the Bills offense and how it's constructed, how they have like strong arm quarterbacks with crossing routes for days, with good receivers that can get open, and even like the quarterbacks that are kind of like emerging, like the Tuas and the Jalen Hurts. Is they see those guys, they see the mobility, they see them passing and winning games, and they like, oh, why isn't our quarterback doing that? And I think that for the Marcus benching situation, because I've had this conversation like 8 million times. I know why Marcus Mariota isn't our long-term option. I already know that. I knew this when I watched his stuff from like him being a rookie. I've been knowing that. What I don't understand is why y'all want Ridder to start in front of him. Because when you look at his college tape, right? First of all, I want you like his tape right now looks very similar to how Marcus Mariota is just in general, right? Like the accuracy issues are very similar.
He's a carbon copy.
Exactly my whole point.
He's a carbon copy.
And what the crazy thing is, Desmond Ridder did all of that with working in a system in Cincinnati that was actually on relatively easy difficulty. He had Alec Pierce, who was one of the best receivers. He got drafted 2nd round to the Colts. He had a decent offensive line. He had a good running back. Marcus Mariota went from Tennessee and got hit nearly every daggone play. And y'all want him to get benched. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Y'all want Desmond Ridder to go in so y'all can go draft Bryce Young or Will Levis or something like that, and that just doesn't make any sense.
Let me throw a stat in here, because you brought up Buffalo. Now, when we look at Josh Allen, the thing is with him is that everybody look at him as he is now, but people forget that Buffalo was looking at a quarterback that they was potentially talking about. He was a bust
at Wyoming. Right.
That is they were talking about he was a bust his first couple of years. So I like, this is what K-Styles always say. People always talk about talent envy. He always talk about talent envy. And basically what talent Ivy is, you looking at other teams and seeing what they're doing now, but you're not taking into account that Josh Allen had to struggle to get where he is now. He had to figure out who he was as a quarterback first, and that came with a lot of issues. He threw a lot of interceptions in big games and big moments, and he still does it. To this day, he still throws interceptions in big times.
Exactly.
Hey, Mike.
Think about it.
Hey, Mike. I gotta ask y'all a question, and you bring up a good point. What is a bridge quarterback?
I got you. A bridge quarterback is a quarterback that you have temporarily to in order for your incoming quarterback, the quarterback you expect to be for the future, or at least relatively long term, to at least sit under, prepare himself both physically and mentally for the NFL game, and also learn the terminology so that way he's more comfortable on the offense.
Okay, now here's question number 2. Are you expecting a bridge quarterback to be the franchise quarterback?
A competent quarterback?
No.
Okay. Reason why I said that is this. Mariota's doing bridge quarterback things.
Exactly.
This is what y'all got to understand. Right. Y'all, and I said this yesterday, the expectation was we were the worst roster in the league, and we were 2-15. When we met that threshold and got 3 games, now y'all expecting him to become a playoff quarterback.
Yeah, but
and if we was to get more wins, y'all would expect him to be a Super Bowl quarterback. The problem is he's a bridge quarterback for a reason. And y'all got away from realizing he's a bridge quarterback. And because he's doing bridge quarterback things, now you're disappointed. And you want to rush the future out there because it's a shiny new toy. And and Ridder is not gun shy. That's why I said.
Yeah.
Let me answer this because I'm gonna answer this because I think this is a question that we're going to be answering until Desmond Ridder does suit up as quarterback. Let me repeat myself again. So, Kenny, we're not saying stick with Marcus Mariota as the starter. I think Jarvis has stated. I don't know if you guys you're looking for a definite answer, or are you looking for us to just say, yeah, he sucks? All right,
that's what they're looking for.
Look, what we're saying is that you got to understand 2 things. Brett Favre wasn't a finished product.
Nope.
He was looking at Brett Favre when he came here in Atlanta. The dude was here 2 years, and they was like, "Yeah, we wasted a second round for this guy."
We know what he was doing in 2 years.
We know what he okay, we know what Brett Favre. So 2 years isn't. We know where he was and where we isn't. All right. So you look at Aaron Rodgers. 2 years, 3 years, excuse me. He sat on the bench. Nobody knew what the hell he was going to be. Joe Montana. People consider him the greatest of all time. Do people know how long he sat on the bench?
I don't even know.
So just because a guy sitting on the bench doesn't mean that Mariota is better than him. Or it doesn't mean that Ridder sucks. It means that this team has a plan.
Exactly.
They have a plan for these quarterbacks. Right. We have so many quarterbacks that have you looking at guys right now. Do anybody know anything about Warren Moon? Warren Moon didn't come straight to the NFL. He played in the USFL. He pretty much dominated the CFL, the USFL. He dominated those leagues and came to the NFL when he was a finished product, and he got in the NFL and he ran roughside over the NFL. So these are all quarterbacks that were seasoned before they got their initial start. When I mean initial start, I'm talking about start as far as being the guy. So these guys had to put in time, they had to put in work, and they had to earn that spot. Yeah. This is what Arthur Smith is doing with Desmond Ridder. He's not going to throw him in there because we want to see, and we ready to see what his development is. We want to see if he's going to suck. He may suck, but what we want to do as a coach, look, like I said before, why I say this I said this before also. Why would I give a 5-year-old a trigonometry test?
That's
Doesn't
idiotic.
make sense.
That's idiotic.
Right.
That is
Right.
He's not ready for no damn trig. He can't count to 5, but y'all want to give him a trig test.
Exactly.
This is essentially what we want for quarterbacks. These quarterbacks are not ready for this yet.
But
Yeah.
these guys see Patrick Mahomes. They see all of these doggone guys coming to the league, and they be like, "Oh, I want that." Stop. We gotta stop looking in people's backyard and looking at people's Christmas trees and what kind of presents they got in their Christmas tree and trying to get what they get. Yes. Oh, buddy, got money. I work at Walmart. I ain't got Bentley money, so I can't be looking to go get a Bentley.
Yep. Hey, Mad Mike. You know I don't like I don't like stats. You know that, right? I don't like stats.
You don't see it, guys. You gotta see it.
But I wanna bring up some stats real quick. Okay. I just looked it up. Marcus Mariota right now, if you look at his touchdown interception ratio right now, he has what, 15, 16? Yeah, 15 touchdowns.
14-8.
15 touchdowns.
You talking about passing or talking about just in total?
Yeah, passing. He has 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Out of those 9 interceptions, 5 of them are not really his fault. 2 of them came versus the Rams. One was off of CP's hands, and he just dropped it and it got intercepted. And then the other one was a good decision, but he got pressured and threw a high ball, and Jalen Ramsey dunked over Brian Robinson. I did a video on that. You can check it. Anyway,
that's my protege, bro.
Right. Hold on. I still got more. Trust me. The 3rd interception versus the Seahawks. It should have been a kneel. Arthur Smith called a play-action play. For some reason, Marcus Mariota threw it with bad ball placement, got picked off. Shouldn't have been an interception anyway. The 4th interception, I believe this was versus the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, hurts so good.
Versus the Panthers. Everything was going absolutely terrible in that game. So what Marcus Mariota decided to do is he decided he wanted to make a play. He scrambled around, he improvised, which is what he was supposed to do because everything he got pressured. He scrambled around, tried to make a play. He threw a play that should have been a touchdown, and it got picked off. The final interception that wasn't his fault, he threw to freaking Duron Payne and it got picked off by Kyle Fuller, and it wasn't even his fault. So when I say again, this man has if we're being technical, his touchdown interception ratio should be 15-4, and that is elite company. I need some people to actually look at the tape and understand what it takes to be a quarterback. Because I promise y'all.
Hey, Alex, for some people, that's a lot of work, bro.
Exactly.
I say it all the time. People skip over the stuff that's in their face because they don't like Mariota. Point blank, period. Nobody's willing to look at the process. Nobody's willing to look at the intangibles. We don't like him, and anything I can use to bolster why I don't like him, that's what I'm gonna use.
Let me say this, K-Style, folks, because I know K-Style really want to move on. Let me say this real quick. This is not about Desmond Ridder getting his feet wet. This is not about Marcus Mariota being an incompetent passer. This is not about any of those things. What this is about the fact, regardless of the nature of it and how we got here, we are in the thick of things in a playoff contention race.
Thanks.
That is it. And to say that, well, we need to see what Desmond Ridder can do. Okay, we'll see what he can do when there's absolutely no playoff in our future. Maybe then we'll see what he can do. Y'all mistaken us supporting Marcus Mariota because he's our starting quarterback with us vouching for him. Nobody's vouched for Marcus Mariota.
But Blackberry,
since the beginning of all of this.
But Blackberry, we supposed to support the quarterback that's in. Whether we
that's what we're supposed to do.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to do. But that's what we doing. That's what a lot of us doing. But a lot of these other fair-weather fans out here, they don't get that. They think that because we sit here and we go through all of the variables of the team, we don't just critique the one position that y'all want to see a change made at. We evaluate the entire team and what the team has been doing. And what's a fact is that this team has been in every last game outside of that Cincinnati Bengals game. They've been in all of these games. With who at quarterback? Marcus Mariota. So, in the fact that we still are in a playoff contention, that y'all want to change quarterbacks to see if he can get his feet wet to see what he got. But y'all not looking at the facts, okay? They, like you said, Jarvis, they look at the shining whistles around the league, like the Patrick Mahomes and the Allens and all them, Josh Allen. They see those shining new whistles out there, but they don't realize them whistles wasn't new when they got the starting job.
Fans in Atlanta, this is what it is, man. And like I say, I live up here in Missouri now. You know, I'm from Warner Robins, Georgia, and it's so funny, man. I tell people all the time. Fans in Atlanta remind me of this. It remind me of them folk who get invited to the party just say they was at the party. Like when the Falcons were winning, they were like, "Oh snap, we in the club now. We up in here." That's what Falcon fan remind me of, man. Don't fair weather Falcon fan remind me of just that. We in the club now. We up in here just to say they was there.
Now, but check it out. I made this point yesterday. Yeah. I said now had Mariota not thrown that interception and we'd have lost the game anyway, what would have been the reasoning? Would y'all have blamed the defense? Would y'all have blamed penalties? Would y'all have blamed anything else? And the person that was on the show couldn't answer that question. And this is what I'm talking about. He happened to throw that interception, which is why we're having this conversation right now. Because had we won the game, then it would still be he's doing good for one more week, or he's so. It'd still been out.
But Mike and
wait a minute. You mean the game this past week? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh no, okay, yeah, he threw the pick. Yeah, he threw the pick. But hold on, he threw the pick. What throws did he miss?
Wait,
that man missed all kinds of throws. Hold on. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. That man missed all kinds of throws, man. Don't sit up here and act like he just threw a pick. That man missed all kinds of throws.
But guess what? That one.
Hold on. It ain't no guess what. I ain't done making my point, man. I ain't done making my point, though. I'm gonna let you talk, but I ain't done making my point.
Let Brandon finish. Let Brandon finish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't sit up here and say no. You can't sit up here and say, "Oh, he threw the pick. That's why we having this conversation." No, he didn't throw the touchdown to Drake London. He didn't throw quite a few balls that was way overthrown. He overthrown 6'4" dudes with basketball backgrounds. He's done this every week. Hold on, he's done this every week, my boy. He overthrew Kyle Pitts weekly. So what I'm telling you is, hold on. I'm not done, my man. I'll let y'all talk. What he has done weekly is show you the mediocrity of his play. And you're going to sit up here and tell me and convince me that we in a playoff race. You can miss me with it because we not. You got to win 4 straight. You ain't going to do it, bro. First of all, hold on. First of all, you lost to the Chargers at home. Held them to 20. You lost to Washington on the road. Held them to under 20. You lost to sorry-ass Pittsburgh and a rookie quarterback in your own house, and you're going to sit up here and tell me this man give you the best chance to win? What game you watching?
Wait, okay, hold on.
I got this. Of course, I can tell you that because like I tell everybody else, you looking at him as one aspect of the game. Did you see when the defense didn't make stops? Did you see when the O-line didn't hold up? Did you see when the receivers and stuff like that did not make the catches? Mariota can't throw to himself and then catch it on the field. He can't force nobody, tight end, running back, wide receiver, to do no catches under duress or not. Yeah, he giving us the best chance because why? We 5 games in and we still in the hunt. That's why I say that. On top of that, everybody likes to skip over the fact that it's a team loss. That's why I said if he did not make that interception, we could have still lost. Would we be having the same conversation? Because nobody talks about all the missed tackles we had in the first and second quarter. All them busted coverages. So no, y'all pick out him because you don't like him as the aspect. Nobody talked about the defense. I ain't heard you say the defense not one time, the offense not one time, special teams not one time. But you talked about Mariota because you do not like him. Plain and simple. Had it been any other quarterback, y'all wouldn't be having this conversation.
I feel you.
Wait,
hold up.
Let me say it like this. And like I said, I do kind of want to move on to the final topic, and I kind of said it yesterday too. This sounds like the same as that shit we've been hearing for the last 14 years. Same 10 years of the same exact stuff.
With Matt Ryan, I keep saying the same thing. The same thing with Matt Ryan. They said the same stuff with Matt all year. Yes, Matt Ryan. If we lose the game because everybody wanted Matt Ryan and everybody, this is about around the time everybody was like, "Oh, I wish Vic was still here." Listen, every time the game was on the line or the game was lost, it was Matt Ryan's fault. It was Matt Ryan's fault. It was Matt Ryan's fault. I don't care if the defense gave up such and such, and let's ask Richard Grant how his head feel from yesterday. Listen,
that man got stiff armed into the ground.
It was always Matt Ryan's fault. It was always.
We ain't talking.
That man saw Jesus. Goodness gracious.
But all I know is Drew Dahlman. I'm tired of your ass skipping snaps too, bro. Don't think nobody see that shit.
Yeah, he basically putting the ball. He was basically putting the ball to Mariota the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I got one more thing I want to say on this. All right. So here's what I'm gonna say. So I made a video earlier today. I just posted it. I'm sorry, shameless plug, but it kind of shows some of the things that have been happening in this offense. I want to say earlier in this year, right? I would classify the passing plays that we barely used Kyle Pitts on passing plays, or at least meaningful, like crossing routes, deep threats down the field, anything of that matter. That man would run check downs off of play action, and then that would practically be it. We started changing it towards the middle of the year to maybe like go routes or post or something along those lines. But because we hadn't ran it all training camp or anything, the chemistry was off. Sometimes Marcus would read it right, and then Kyle would do it wrong. Sometimes Marcus would overthrow, and Kyle would be right. Sometimes Arthur Smith would just call a bad play, and then boom, whatever. There's a whole bunch of things that comes into factor. Like Marcus Mariota overthrows some passes from a clean pocket, but some of it is just because Chris Lindstrom got beat by Aaron Donald. Drew Dahlman got beat by Derek Brown. Caleb McGarry got beat by what's his face? Leonard Floyd. Like, so many stuff happens in this game, and y'all are only focused on the results. And it's probably because the freaking.
Wait a minute, bro. Chris Lindstrom, the best lineman in the league. He ain't getting beat by no damn body.
He got beat by.
Are you serious, man? What are you talking about, man? You don't even know football. What are you talking about? Chris Lindstrom is the best lineman in the league.
Hold on, Mike.
Y'all talking crazy. See, y'all don't know football. Y'all don't watch no football, man. Come on, and I ain't talking about all these.
Hold on, Mike. I got the all 22. I just did a video.
That's in the league. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, dog? Get out of here, man. Like,
video proof they got.
Hey, Brandon, I already had that he got beat. Look, Alex did not disrespect you, so I don't know why you over here trying to disrespect them. But like I said, the only one thing I can say is if you watch that second Carolina Panther game, everybody got their ass whooped on that offensive line,
including Chris Lindstrom.
Y'all about to bring a different Alex in a second, bro. Like, y'all better.
Alex, we talked about this last night too.
Exactly,
I remember us watching it. We got in the chill lounge last night in the Discord. If you're not in there, join. It's pretty fun. But me and Alex talked about this last night. We watched film. Chris Lindstrom may be one of the best, if not the best lineman in the league, but don't act like he's perfect. Dude got that Carolina Derek Brown. He was his baby.
Yep.
Derek Brown had him in a stroller.
Aaron Donald.
That Rams game. Aaron Donald put him in a stroller that day. So do not act like Chris Lindstrom is just the most perfect.
No one can block
no person on this team is perfect on this team. We should all know that by now. Including Marcus, including Drake, including Kyle Pitts. No one is perfect on this team. Not even our best offensive. I think our best offensive player on the team in Chris Lindstrom. There's been a couple plays. There's been a couple games this year. That's why his PFF grade. Then that's what a lot of y'all like to go off of. It's not 100. It's 95. He has gotten beat. Not I wouldn't say a lot, but he has gotten beat a couple of times here and there in games. To where you're like, what are you doing?
I'm telling you this, like, because I did a video, a bonus clip of the Rams game where Marcus Mariota threw a pick to Jalen Ramsey on that Bryan Edwards play. The person who got beat, who allowed Aaron Donald to go ahead and knock CP into Marcus Mariota, was Chris Lindstrom. I have video proof. I'm sorry to tell you, but not everyone on this team is perfect. Not everything is on every player. Y'all trying to act like Marcus Mariota is the only dude who messes up. Drake London be dropping balls more than my grandma drops food on the table. Like y'all need to calm down. Like y'all really don't. Like,
Hey, at the end of the day, like I said, before I get to the next time, at the end of the day, regardless of what it comes down to is, this is why I said this is how it comes down to. It's going to live and die by the quarterback, whether it's going to be a good or a bad. And that is kind of like the fault of what Mike said earlier about that talent envy. But
what K-Style, you're right, K. Here's the thing. We, like y'all been talking about for the last couple weeks, Mariota is not a world beater. We know this. That no one is up here saying that he is a world beater or anything. So for everybody out there who thinking we saying he's the best thing ever, we're not saying that. What we're saying is support the person that's on the field, because right now, if you go in, people say, "Oh, well, what chemistry? We're losing." If you take Mariota out and we're still in playoff contention, then you mess up whatever little chemistry that we do have on the football field. That's all we're saying. We're not saying, I'm not telling you to sit here and be the biggest supporter of Marcus Mariota, and neither is anybody on this panel. But I'll be doggone if I sit here and be like, well, every quarterback that comes in and they're not doing what we need them to do, they suck. That's why Cleveland is in a position that they're in now. That's why Baker Mayfield just got released by the Panthers. You know, it's like it's a revolving door with a quarterback. All we're saying is, hey, it takes a little bit of time. We went from a 14-year vet in our league, you know, and you see what he looks like last night. He looks like he looks like a shell of himself, who he is right now. Okay. When Ridder get on the field, what I don't want to happen is he start making mistakes, and then y'all be like, "Oh man, he sucked." Okay. Exactly. So what are we doing? We back at square one all over again.
Pretty much.
We back at square one all over again, and that's what Mike and K-Styles have been saying. So what are y'all gonna do when the quarterback get in, the rookie quarterback get in, and he start making mistakes? Y'all gonna say the same thing about him?
Yep.
And then if they get the quarterback they want, and then they gonna say the same thing about that?
No.
Exactly.
Not at all.
This ain't even Madden. This ain't Madden. Like, this is football.
But let's go ahead and switch the topic right quick. As far as we got about another 20-something minutes.
Okay.
So as a lot of people know, the Deion Sanders situation in Colorado.
Woo! Oh boy. Lord, I support it. The man.
I want everybody's opinion on it. How do y'all feel about the Deion move? Because I see.
Let me start. We'll go in order. So let me just let me say this. I'll be quick because I would rather hear you guys thoughts on it. I'll say this. One of the biggest issues that the Black community has is they feel as though everybody has to be for them their entire lives, forever, for 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. That we just have to deal with the Black community and be on call and be on standby all the time. That we can't have dealings with other people. We're just, all right, whatever the Black community calls, we're just supposed to be there. Mm-hmm. That's the issue that I have with people that have anything to do, you know, as far as the negativity and calling Deion Sanders a coon and all this type of stuff. And he lied to us. This man literally gave that school a $400 million deal with help him get television. I think it was Coca-Cola deal to get them get that deal for the TV and continue to market them guys. Nobody else could have done that but Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody else could have done that but Prime.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we talking about this man the way that we're talking about him? It's not his job to babysit Jackson State. That's not his school. He didn't build Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
He came there to help get these guys recognition. This is what Atlanta Falcons Nation is all about, to help give people recognition. When we give you the opportunity to come on this channel and get exposure, learn the sort of nuances of actually being a journalist, a content creator, whatever you're, a radio host. We're giving you the opportunity to be seen. That's our job. I'm not here to give you a check. That's not my job to make you get. Look, you got to do the work. It's my job to give you the opportunity. Once you have the opportunity, you got to do what you got to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Deion is doing. He's giving you opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody understands the fact that AFN, it's about 20, 30 deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 20, 30 people deep that we have to, really just teach and give them, like I said, the opportunity to be seen and give them, like I said, the highs and the lows, what the do's and don't do's in this business, because there's a lot of things that goes on doing this type of stuff that you need to know about. A lot of people don't know about it. People don't know about citing other creators, and you can literally be sued by certain people just for saying things on air.
Mm-hmm.
I can get in trouble for it. You can literally get in legal trouble for saying certain things on these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that we try to teach these people. Deion left that program when it was in the absolute dirt. And he left it when it was on top. He didn't leave like half of these white, okay? I'm going to say this. Half of these white coaches, they leave when things are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick Saban did in Miami. Everything was in the shitter. He left Miami.
Bobby Petrino,
he left in the middle of the night
Mm-hmm.
and go to a better situation. Deion left when he left Jackson State on top.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
With players, with money, with television deal. He didn't leave and say, all right, y'all got to fend for yourself now.
Yeah.
He left them. Let's just say, it's like your daddy passing away or your loved one passing away and leaving you a trust fund.
Mm-hmm.
Half people ain't got a trust fund.
Mm-hmm.
Now Jackson State, they ain't got nothing to worry about. But it's up to you to do what you got to do with that trust fund.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Deion's fault. That's all I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah, because I'm about to say the issue that it come down to here, man, is we're not talking about the money he poured into the school.
Sorry, my bad, Juan. I think Juan is going after this, so I'm gonna keep this brief. I'm sorry.
You good, Alex? Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to talk from my experience, right? So some people don't know, but right now I'm a senior in high school, so I'm doing applications. My first school, my priority school is actually Jackson State, and I started playing football this year. I'm a wide receiver, so I was really hyped right when Coach Prime was still at Jackson State. I knew that there was a possibility that he might leave and things of that nature, but I was still hyped. I found out that he left. And when I found that out, honestly, I understood it. As soon as he talked with the players, I completely understood it. His job is not to just sit here for the Black community and just stay there like ride or die. Because if he would have failed, then they'll be like, well, Coach Prime need to get out of here, right? Right. That's what so that's kind of my point. Coach Prime has experience. And this is maybe his first head coaching job, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
In Division I football, yeah.
In Division I football, this man knocked it out the park, brung up a school with literally no funds, no nothing, no good players, no recruits, no nothing to win a championship game. He poured in resources. He's teaching them technique. He's up in the facilities. He's teaching them that winning mentality, teaching them how to study and be high character people. And if you don't do something with what he taught you, the culture that he taught y'all, then honestly, y'all don't deserve to have a football program at that point, because he sat there and taught y'all how to fish. After that, if y'all don't catch any fish anymore, it's on you. He's going to Colorado to help support him and his family and trying to help win them a championship as well. And I like to compare this to how to actually me and Mike. I think that this is a good comparison. Before Mike in AFN was here, I did nothing with my time. I just studied football by myself. Mike gave me a platform to speak my truth, speak what I watch on film and things of that nature. Mike can go on and be an ESPN for all I care now and do his thing, because he don't owe me anything anymore, because he brought me onto this platform. I can't just sit here and say, no, stay, please. Because that's his job was to teach me how to learn and be a scouter and actually convey things in a public manner. That's what he did. He did his job. He does his own thing now. He could be on ESPN making millions of dollars. But honestly, it's not his job to just stay being Matt Mike, stay AFN. He does this for y'all. That's what he does. Like y'all can't just be hanging on and clutching on to people like this, man.
Facts, Alex, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Basically, it's about the opportunity. If y'all look at his press conference about when he was speaking to the school, he gave an opportunity to an HBCU that would otherwise been overlooked. Mm-hmm. HBCUs have been overlooked in the sports arena for a very long time. They got players that didn't really get the opportunity to shine like that because they weren't in, the national media. Mm-hmm. So he gave them an opportunity to shine. He gave them an opportunity to where now players want to come to that school because they see it's a winning school. They see the program is good for developing great players. That's what he's doing. He's basically a walking opportunity. So he had no rights to stay with Jackson State, because once he has shown the world that school can be a winning school, it's on to the next. See, outside of him being an opportunity, he has a goal he wants to meet. So we got to take that into account. So getting mad at him for moving on, like I said, he's done his thing. It's time for the school to do its thing. So that's just it.
And you're talking about, like I said, you're talking about where he split half of his yearly salary to put money into those facilities for those kids.
Right. They wouldn't have got no shine like that had he not been there. And he said it when he first got there. He said, I'm trying to give these boys a chance. He said, what HBCU, right now is playing schools like Georgia, Ohio State? Please tell me that.
Exactly.
You don't see that.
And then, like you said, the thing about it too is we're not, and like I said, this is where I have to give the sit your goofy ass down to a lot of folk that are calling him a sellout on this. I'm just saying, you don't fucking realize what type of opportunities that this opens up, not just for him, but for other coaches that's coming from them HBCUs. The one thing that Deion Sanders said was he was appalled at the fact that his assistants weren't making shit.
Facts.
This dude was making $300,000 a year. Now everybody want him to be the savior of the HBCU. But let me ask y'all a question. The same people that is calling him a sellout can't even tell you a Jackson State game before he got there.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
You didn't know that the higher ups took away $50 million from that school before he got there.
Half of these people ain't even know Jackson State was a thing before he
came.
There you go. There you go.
Outside of the people that went there.
Exactly. I am so sorry, man. I'm getting too heated up over this. I'm sorry. I'm be quiet.
No, you good, you good. But let me also say this as well: is why hasn't some of these schools given opportunity to guys that deserve it, i.e., Chuck Smith, Terrence Mathis, these guys out here that's looking for coaching opportunities as well?
Because they're scared to take the heat.
Yep.
It's about who. Nah, it's about who we know, not what we know.
Right. See where the real backlash is, because what I'm seeing with this, everybody knows if Deion is gone, the money's gone.
Facts.
The notoriety is gone.
And that's exactly what I meant by people. A lot of black people just want black celebrities around because they know they can always count on that person to give them a couple of bucks. And that's what it all comes down to. Be your hero, your knight in shining armor. Every time you need a bag, every time you need a favor, every time you need this to happen, you want that person around. And that's what it's all. That's what it's all about. Got to be able to learn to fish on your own, man, and stop trying to count on Deion to save everybody.
Then we made a point. We made a point before this. If you were looking for Deion Sanders to save the SWAC, what does that really say about the people that's representing it? What does that say about the alums and the money that goes with it?
Hold on, K. If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC?
Apparently, SWAC ain't SWAC. If goddamn they worried about if they talking about they mad Deion leaving.
Well, because they not see, you got to look at it. Then that means they're not for the students. They ain't for the program. They want to shine without the work. So it wasn't about the students to begin with. So you're getting mad, like Mike said, over a handout. Because if it was all about the HBCUs, more HBCUs right now would be in the limelight, because the schools would be pushing to make sure that their program was the best it could be. So basically, it's almost like lazy alumni, because you're not pushing your school and you're waiting for an outside entity to help bring light to something that you should be pushing in the first place.
And like Pamela here said, when the drinking water was bad and flood hit that community, Prime made sure his players had shelter and drinking water, and they was in the community as well.
3 or 4 years ago, Mad Mike could tell you, I was stationed in Jackson, Mississippi. I used to talk to Mad Mike from here, and I was in Jackson, Mississippi. I used to ride by that stadium during game days before Prime got there, and the stadium was empty. The only reason people go to the game was because of that doggone Sonic Boom band. It wasn't for the football team.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, Brandon, you there?
I'm listening to y'all.
What you got to say on this subject, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, because everything y'all saying is valid. However, what we not mentioning is it was us who gave him his start. It was us who gave him his start. It was us who gave him his ability to go to that next level. You understand? He didn't get that opportunity at Florida State, where he is an alumni. He didn't get that opportunity at any other school, PWI school, ACC, SEC school. He went to Jackson State because he understands that if anybody gonna be behind him, we gonna be behind him. He knew that. He's an excellent businessman. So when you say, okay, it's a handout. No, it ain't a handout, because he wanted something from us. Trust and believe he wanted something from us. And Deion ain't the only person that he had the nuts to do it. A lot of these boys can do that. We forget Walter Payton went to Black College. We forget Steve McNair went to Black College.
He did.
Jerry Rice went to Black College. A lot of these boys went to Black College.
All in the same state.
Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Deion did it first. So why not? Why everybody else ain't doing it?
And that's what I was saying, because like you said, I'll say it like this. It always take one of us to do it. But it's always that mindset that we gonna step back and see who can take the fire. Because we have a bad habit of stepping back and waiting to see who gonna fail. And then if somebody make it, then we'll do it. when that shouldn't be the case.
Right.
Like I heard K-Style say, what about Chuck Smith? What about Terrence Mathis? I enjoy both of those two fellas right there. I was on the shows when y'all interviewed those personnel. The only thing is, this is my true feeling about those two individuals. Yes, I believe they will be great coaches. I don't think a HBCU is what they're looking for. They're looking to get into these PWIs instead of taking that step to start from the bottom like Deion did. And
but Chuck Smith was at Tennessee. Chuck Smith coach. He was D-line coach at Tennessee.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, like you said, even if you could say it gave him that start too, like you said,
it absolutely gave him that start.
But we also got to remember with Deion too. Deion have always said this, that he always likes to challenge himself. Like I said, like I said, it was a 4-year deal, so it's like he was on year 3, so he wasn't obliged to stay there from the get-go, and I think everybody knew that. It's prime time. Must be the money. Like I said, he's money everywhere he goes. But like I said, I don't think it was like I said, the money played I ain't gonna say money played a part in it, but like you said, I feel like if Jackson State probably would have kind of like, okay, we want you to stay, because we're not talking about that part. Is what did they do to make him want to stay?
Exactly.
He got a crew to feed. Look, the man is responsible for so many other people.
Right.
And look, we see all these rappers. We see all these, Donald Trump with a whole gang of people that's behind him, and it's hard. It's so hard to kind of get to him. And you see a lot of these people out here. They have a whole crew. They have, like I said, they have security on. These people ain't free.
Right.
He ain't got to pay these guys. He wasn't. Look, he did like a lot of that $300,000, that $1.2 million that he was getting to coach Jackson State. Most of that wasn't even going to his pocket. That was paying everybody else. But a lot of stuff was coming out of his pocket, man.
But that's the thing, though.
You gotta understand that.
You said it, though, Mike. That's a and what it is also you got the underlying portion of it. If I'm out here sticking my head on the line, it's for this program. Where everybody else at? Because y'all get sitting around watching me do this.
Right.
Exactly. He's the reason why they got money right now. It's like I can't. I'm sorry. Deion Sanders. I understand that. Like, yes, Jackson State gave Deion Sanders his first real Division I or real head coaching opportunity. But he's Deion Sanders. Let's be honest. Any NFL team would gladly have Deion Sanders as their DB coach or position coach or defensive assistant or whatever, because he's Deion Sanders. They have Ricardo Allen as a special teams assistant. They'll gladly have Deion Sanders as a defensive back coach. I'm saying he could be a coach at Walla Walla Bang Bang wherever and still be great and fine. He's Deion Sanders. Right. He went to Jackson State. Yes, they gave him an opportunity, but quite honestly, he could be doing anything right now. He could probably do an Aflac commercials without even going to Jackson State because he's Deion freaking Sanders.
Yeah, his name carries a lot of weight.
Exactly.
Right.
But the thing is now the question to ask now: who else is going to follow in his footsteps?
Yes. So
that's.
And honestly, that's what I think this is what I think him leaving is great. He said it's an opportunity. Whoever's now left in Jackson State, this is your time. This is
your time to shine. This is your time to shine, right?
This is the equivalent of if Arthur Smith got a head coaching job somewhere else, and now Dave Ragone gonna be the head coach for us. Let's see what Dave Ragone did. He Arthur Smith poured all the resources into him, let him be offensive coordinator and all this type of stuff. Let's see what he can That's the equivalent of what's going on right now. So he left for him, but now he instilled something into Jackson State. Let's see who can take over and be head coach. Let's see who can emulate what I did. That's what he's doing.
It's just like Mike said. I showed you how to fish. Now go out there and fish.
Yes.
Exactly. Let me go in a different direction on this. And a part of it is a lot of what K-Style said about him challenging himself as an athlete, as an individual, as his own personal ambitions.
Mm-hmm.
Him wanting to challenge himself. I think while it is very important, the position he was in for groups of minorities, for schools of minorities, for schools that for just for black people in general, okay, and for minorities, period. He was in that position. God put him in that position in that moment in time for a reason, and he's a man of faith. But he at the same time, God is just like he tells all of us. He wants us to be ourselves. So when it comes from a position of how do I challenge myself? How do I better myself? Am I doing what God wants me to do right now? He's going to walk on that faith, especially him being an athlete. Most of us on here are athletes. And it's like I tell my kids, one thing you'll never do is beat me at anything. I don't care how old you get. I don't care how big you get. I don't care how tough or strong you think you are. You will not beat me at anything ever in your life. And that come from the competitor in me. That come from the strength that God has put in me and the confidence to not only just know that I can challenge myself in any situation, regardless of who it's against, whether it's good versus evil, whether it's sports versus politics, whatever it is, I'm going to walk on my faith. And we know, if you've been paying attention to Deion Sanders throughout all of his career, and since he's been on the scene, ever since he became before he was an Atlanta Falcon, when he was in college, the guy has been on the scene forever. You know that he's a man that walks on faith, but he always challenges himself because he's walking in that faith. So I'm not going to judge that man for taking that job, even though I take a stance of, if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. But what I'm helped with y'all, and I'm being so real right now, what K Styles, what Juan, and what Mike, and what Alex have helped me understand in this conversation right now is that it's not all on him to finish the job.
Oh, that's right.
And even though I didn't judge him on taking the job, as a matter of fact, as soon as I seen it, first thing came to mind was, boy, go get your bag. Go get it. But from a social standpoint, I did have that sentiment of, well, that he started something now over here at Jackson State. Is he finishing it, or is he trying to get somebody? Is he leaving that for somebody else to finish?
Hey,
and that's
that right
okay.
There, I was thinking the same thing.
And that is okay. It's okay if he leaving it for somebody else to finish. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. Go get your bag. I laid down the foundation. Now, I'm going to go get the bag. And like K-Style, what somebody just said, it opens up opportunities for other coaches at these D2 schools or these JUCO. It's talent out there. It's talent out there right everywhere. Now coaching community ball. I live in McDonough, Georgia, one of the greatest AA cities for athletics in the country. These people have talent out here coaching these young boys and girls. They have awesome talent. If only they could get to another level and showcase that talent in a situation where it don't have to be a D1 school. It don't have to be one of these big schools. It could be one of these schools where they just need a plug. Somebody that knows somebody. Get my name out there. And maybe a lot of this good old boy system that we see in coaching, maybe some of that goes away.
The wall
because we're not, like you said, and you brought up a good point. I think everybody kind of brought up a good point about having somebody else finish it. Where, like you said, you're trying, like Deion may be building his own coaching tree up.
Right.
We're not thinking about that. You got look at it. He went to college. Like I said, this is one thing if you would say, okay, he's going to Florida State, or okay, he's going to Miami, or okay, he's going to Mississippi State, where the recruitment is big at these schools where you can get a lot of these folks. This dude done picked a college that has 2 winning seasons since 2005.
The worst
team
in the Pac-12. The worst team in the Pac-12.
And by the way, Colorado, I can't name you a whole bunch of people that really like really gets exactly. That's precisely what I was going to say. Isaiah Oliver, Kello Willispoon, Chidobe Awuzie. Those are and Philip Lindsay, who went undrafted. Those are the only 4 people.
Nate Landman went there too. So
and Nate Landman. There are so many, and we didn't even know about him. That's what I'm saying.
Benjamin St. Jude. That's the only other one I know. That's the only one I know of the current generation.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe like once a year there might be one. Yeah, and that's what sucks. That's what sucks.
Deion basically gave the blueprint to every coach that's not a national media coach, that's not a national player. He gave every coach the blueprint on how to do this, how to resurrect your ball program without having to be a superstar. Yes. He basically showed you what works, how to get these boys out in front so people can actually see their talent. Point blank, period. He is the opportunity. So he's the opportunity, not the savior.
Yeah.
So that's a great segue because I got my 4 points here. If I make K-Styles and
go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Let's compare this situation to Jesus. I'm not calling Deion Sanders Jesus by no means necessary. We're gonna keep this fake face like Lorex said, like Blackberry said. What did Jesus do with the disciples? He came to build a fountain. He came and showed them a way of how to live for God. That's correct, right?
Facts.
Right.
Take that into Jackson State. He came. He showed the HBCU community, those coaches in the FCS, HBCU community, on how it's supposed to be done. So now that God has called him to a bigger, better things, just like God called Jesus to bigger and better things. He left something for the disciples, showed them how to live for God, and they was like, "Oh, well, Jesus, why are you leaving?" But he was like, "I got to go on. I got better. I got to go take care of bigger and better things." They want to say, "You got the same thing that's happening with Jackson State and the HBCU. Deion, why are you leaving?" But Deion is echoing the same thing. I got bigger and better things to accomplish. I have shown you the way. Right. That's one.
His impact is going to be bigger by him leaving Jackson State and somebody learning from him than him staying there.
Yes.
And holding on to that. Because you got to think, by Deion staying there, nobody else is going to want to learn. They're going to watch him do what he does, and they're going to praise him.
Yes.
Everybody. It's like the basketball teams. When you got one superstar and a bunch of people that ain't no-name players, they count on that superstar to win the game.
Oh, yes.
And when that superstar is out, the team sucks because you're counting on the superstar because nobody wants that smoke. They don't want that. So when you have a team of players, of playmakers, they all contribute. Yes. So Deion right now has to leave because if not, nobody at Jackson State's going to contribute. Exactly. They're gonna wait for him to do it.
So let me ask everybody a question on this. My bad, Jarvis. I'm gonna let you get back to it. What if, and like I said, we're gonna go with a hypothetical here. What if Deion turns that Colorado program around? Think about what that does for everybody else.
Yes.
Another opportunity.
About it.
Think about the coaching staff that he just brought. Think about the coaching staff that he just brought them from Jackson State, a small college, HBCU college, to that place. Now they got more exposure in the national media, and now coaches are like, "Oh, I want that person on my staff to be my offensive coordinator now, not just I want them to be my defensive coordinator."
Right. But what that does too is that's 2 schools in 2 different areas where he's now giving them the playbook. So what that does is, let's just say if you got past NFL, players that want to come out and do it in their perspective area where they went to school. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a culture where these kids get an opportunity to shine where they didn't have it before. That's why he can't just limit it to just a HBCU and stay there. Yes. Like I said, because nobody else is going to follow the program if he's there.
But you
You
heard,
only follow it after the person leaves.
yes, but you heard what Deion said earlier on when he did his press conference, and when he was. One thing I like about Deion is he's transparent. A lot of the coaches ain't transparent, so they don't like for the cameras to be in the room when they talking because they on some other stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But Deion got in that room yesterday and talked to those guys. Even though he going back to Jackson State to finish that bowl game, he told those guys, when I get in here, ain't gonna be no hats, ain't gonna be no earrings, ain't gonna be no hoodies, ain't gonna be none of that. We gonna yes sir and no and yes ma'am, no ma'am, all that stuff going on. And you heard, but the thing that I want y'all to hear what Deion said that kind of caught my attention. Probably rubbed some people the wrong way, but it caught my attention. He said, "Oh, y'all better hit the transfer portal because I'm coming." He said it. He said the quarterback coming. Now I don't know if he was supposed to say that because the door still belonged to Jackson State, but he said the quarterback coming. Oh, he gonna earn it, but he coming. I'm bringing 10 more with me. So all y'all who don't want to work hard, y'all better hit that transfer portal.
That's exactly what he said.
So he's changing the culture.
He's basically telling they asses, if you, like I said, you gonna have to work for this. If you ain't willing to work for it, take your ass on somewhere. And Nathan Floyd here said, how many transfers do you think he picks up from everybody?
Oh, I've already I think like 4 already. I think I count.
Colorado starting wide receiver decide they take his name out the transfer portal. Let's just say that.
Ooh.
I mean, he better if you
and another one said Colorado is his number one list.
That's what I'm saying.
And then let me give you something interesting too. There's 6 Alabama players that just hit the transfer portal.
Yep.
Yep. The status quo has been broken. So in other words, the status quo has been broken.
Yes.
Basically,
yes.
Even as a Bama fan, I hate to say that, but basically, and I want to say this as for Deion, it's not like Deion left Jackson State to go to some college that's already built up, that's already in the top 4 right now. He's going to a college that's basically the worst in their conference to build them back up. I can see if he went to a school, let's say it's like a top school like Bama or Georgia or somewhere in that stratosphere. Okay, then what are you leaving for? You trying to make your job easier? Right. He literally came to a school. He built up a school, got them to their top in their conference. Goes to another school that's down low. That's basically Jackson State, where Jackson State was 3 years ago, and trying to build them back up. And he already bringing 5 or 4 stars over there.
He is.
What was the last 5-star you seen in Colorado? So he already bringing Travis Hunter. He already said he bringing Shador.
What? Hold on. What's today's the 5th, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
According to Tom Van Haren, they said as of right now, 508 total football players have hit the transfer portal today.
Yes.
As of today. It's 500 players in the transfer portal.
Yeah, can we say mass exodus?
Yes, and it's projected that at Colorado University of Colorado or Colorado University is supposed to have at least 30 of the current players on their roster hit the portal because they don't want to play for Deion because of his alter. That opens up 30 more scholarships for somebody else to transfer in get that scholarship.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Some people don't want to play for Deion simply just because they don't cut it. They don't cut it.
They want the easy way.
Deion Sanders, I think, had mentioned some back when he was in Jackson State. I'm not sure if they use. I don't know if he uses Huddle. I really don't know if they use Huddle, but he tracks how much film they watch, how much time they spend on film.
He does.
Like he tracks your grades and whether or not you're good enough to go ahead and play. If you got F's, D's, maybe even C's, you're not cutting it. You ain't playing. Like his standard is high. If you're not in the weight room, or if you stamina and you have it in practice, you're not playing. If you're not showing any progression with your position coaches, you're not doing anything.
I just saw something that was just stank on my phone. Let me read some numbers out to y'all. Y'all ready for these numbers?
Okay.
Yeah.
38, 41, 49, 45, 43.
I know what
42,
you're reading. I know what you're reading.
49,
Oh boy.
55, 54, 63.
35-47.
Do y'all know what those numbers? I'm gonna ask everybody that's in the chat. Do y'all know what those numbers just mean right there?
What do they mean?
That's how many points the Colorado Buffaloes that gave up against opponents.
Oh my God!
Jesus
Christ!
Oh no!
I literally just read that before the show started.
I told y'all, man.
That's some pain.
Colorado was like last year, man. They
That's
were
painful.
awful last year.
Oh my God.
The offense was bad, but it was like the defense was like the girls in my high school these days ran through. Ran all the way through.
Not just these days, bro. Not just these days.
Dookie Hunter, Amber
Couple
Rose.
generations ago.
Well, defense, but bro,
There you go.
Bro, damn that boy. That's the
whatever you like, defense.
That's the skin diamond defense right there, boy.
They already opened the door. They said, "Come on through, man. We ain't got nothing to do today."
That's to show that. That's to show my thigh meat defense.
Bro,
So the second thing,
they had one game where the defense scored less than 40 points. They gave up less than 40 points.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Was y'all watching them play the game?
No.
No. That looked like the team was sitting on the sideline watching them play the game.
Hey, coach, I don't think I'm ready for this, coach. Man.
Right.
Hey, look, the coach took all his players from coach suggestions. He went on about it. He
Bruh,
said, "Hey, what should I do?"
Oh, wait a minute. I need to do some calculations here. Let me see that.
So while you're doing that, my other thing I want to bring up is Deion is coming to bring an opportunity. Deion is taking an opportunity to build a foundation, not a program. As we all know, foundations are more important than anything. You build a foundation because building a foundation is like a rock. It doesn't move. On a program, people come with building a program in football. People come and go, right? People like revolving doors. But with a foundation, you build something solid. No matter who comes, it's always something solid. My last point is we as a people, and I say we as a people in the community, Black community, is we got to get out of this crab in the bucket mentality. Because somebody else does well, we can't continue to try to hold those people down. Yes, we love to keep Black community. We love to keep Black leaders in our folds, but let those Black leaders grow. I'm pretty sure Deion is not going to get so far out of the Black community where he'll never reach back. They don't seem like the guy he is.
He'll always be. He'll always be.
He prime time, baby.
He prime time, baby. He'll always be a cornerstone for the Black community, bro.
Yes.
He'll always be that. And people need to realize that. Just because he's moving on to something that people consider not to be pro-Black or pro-minority, whatever it is, then they say he's taking the money, he's selling out. Hey, I bet you would have took it.
But see, the thing is,
I bet you would have took it.
He's what people want to ignore. He's transforming lives.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? Because for you to want a complete player, you don't want a football player on the field and a delinquent in society.
Yes.
He wants a complete player. That means that you carry that same discipline and pride with you into the work environment, into society, so that you can be a product of your society and be, a great citizen.
And that's what with. I'm sorry, K-Style. My last thing.
Go ahead.
Come with foundation. I said foundation early. Programs build football players that has issues outside of the field. Like he said, I'm not coming for NIL. I'm coming to bring people to the NFL.
Right. And like you said, because think about it. If you can't handle being a player and a good person before you get the money, you end up like some of these NFL players with these issues once they get the money.
Yes.
You got to have, because the money don't change your foundation. It just only enhances what you were before you got it.
Okay, I just did some mathematics here with Colorado.
475 points.
The last 4 games Colorado played, they got outscored 221-55.
Good
Yeah, they
God.
need Deion. Yeah, they need Deion. They need Deion.
221.
Actually, forget Deion. They need Jesus. They
Oh.
need Jesus.
Boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
How many NFL games is that? Is that a whole season?
I don't give a damn how many NFL games, bro. Ain't no way in hell.
What I'm saying,
no way, bro. Like I said, Deion got a hell of a challenge coming his way at Colorado, and that's like you said, he's one of those guys that like to walk on faith. He always said he always walks on faith. He wants to be challenged. Hey man, hey, like I said, best of luck to him, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the first time he changes one student's life in that program, he's already done his job. That's what y'all got to think, because that translates. People don't believe stuff works until you change somebody's life.
Exactly.
One life. He changed one. He get one person to see it, and it changed their life. It'll translate.
You remember when Deion brought Brittany Griner, the female, the fan,
Brittany Griner,
Brittany Reiner,
Renner, whatever.
Renner. So so everybody got mad with Deion when he did that. But what he did when he brought that girl to that campus, and she exposed what she really does to men, that helped those young men to understand. Oh man, I don't even need to be out here trying to chase this, because it's not just for them when I was in college, but what to look out for when they get into the NFL. He had a plan in place. Crazy. Some people was like, "Oh, why he brought that hoe up there? Why he do this and why he bring it? All he's doing is causing lust with these young men and all these." No, he had a purpose in mind when he did that.
Yep. He was showing them how you destroy your life before it gets started.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what's going to be waiting on you on the other side, because you got to think, you coming out of college, the real world ain't got no love for you at all.
They don't.
The next one he should have brought out there with Derek Jeter.
Show them how to really do it, boy.
Show them how to do it.
Oh. Okay, I can see why they do. I was about to say, boy, Josh McCown's son was the quarterback at Colorado last year. Like, I see why he put his name in the transfer.
Can I just make this interjection right quick? It ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. Our last game of the season should be pretty should be a kicking ass. I'm gonna just say it like that based on what I'm looking at.
Oh Lord, what the hell? Hold on, what the hell is going on?
The Buccaneers get towed up.
Tampa getting ran through like fake toilet paper.
They get beat to death by the Saints.
Yes.
Wow. Damn.
They are doing. Look, let me tell you something. They are doing passes, flea flickers, reverses, screens. All you name it, they doing it.
They
doing whatever you like.
Is Mike Evans even? Are they?
What's the score? What's the score, y'all?
I think it's 17-3. Brady didn't threw 3 interceptions already.
How?
Hold on. Are we gonna bench him? Hold on. Are we gonna bench him? Are we benching him?
You know, I ain't say that. See, I ain't say that.
Hold on, hold on, everybody. Hey, William, what's going on, man? I saw you come in here, William. Hold on, you still muted.
You muted, William. Might as well every time William come on, he driving somewhere, but that boy stay in that car.
He got the Uber.
I'm about to say
that nigga's easy, bro. You gotta watch out. He got goddamn.
Hey, look, I'm about to say he was giving us that booty tank talk, boy.
He over there taxiing them Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans around. That's what he doing. Taking them to bars and stuff.
What's going on, William? Man, what you got for us, man?
I ain't went to the game. I had to go to work, man. I was disappointed in my work. They ain't let me want to go to work. But I'm gonna be at that Tampa game though on New Year's. But I was telling man, this is a perfect bye week for us to regroup from all 3 phases. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know our record and, you know, outstanding how other NFL team is in the NFC, but we still got a chance to win this division. I just feel like Arthur Smith and, you know, his coaching staff got to do a better job.
We know what you about to say, man. We know what you about to say.
You put it in the goddamn chat. Just say it.
Don't be waiting on the damn bush. We know what the hell you gonna say. Go ahead.
Nah, it's the time to put Ridder in, man. I'm sorry to say it, man. Marcus Mariota had a chance, man, but he ain't.
Mike knew it was coming.
You see,
Mike knew it was coming. Mike was like,
look, you see what happens when you
Will.
feng shui it out? Like, yes.
Hey,
you know what? We the only people who do that.
Will is a long time supporter, man. You know I be fucking with
be sit here like, bruh, it's tomorrow. What the hell is we talking about?
Right.
We the only people who do that. We the only people who do that. We'll talk the whole thing out and then get to the point. Like, let's just get to the point, man.
Everybody be sleep by the time the point goes. But yeah, go ahead, man. Keep going, man. Keep going.
No, for serious shit, man. We gotta win our 4 games, man. I just wanted to win these 4 games. It don't matter if we win by field goal or a touchdown. Like I said, man, we can win this division, man. We just gotta play fundamental football. You know what I'm saying? Like defense, they gotta play for each other. You know, that's all I want the team to do, man.
Okay.
I
got a question for everybody too, and I discussed this with Mike earlier. And this is why I got to kind of look at the reporters for the Falcons on this one.
Mm-hmm.
When practice days usually come around.
Ooh, K-Style.
Where is you finna go with this, boy?
Don't the reporters normally report how good a practice a quarterback has?
Indeed.
Oh, yes.
They ain't did that. They ain't did that since training camp started. Ended. I noticed that one. All right, look. So basically, ever since training camp ended, they'll tell you the questions that they ask Arthur Smith and the coaches or the players. They give you the bad news, of course. They'll always get. They don't ask you what you want first. They give you the bad news first. They may give you some good news, and then they'll tell their hypocritic opinions on Marcus Mariota and the team in like 20 minutes.
Now, there's a reason why I'm asking this. It's very interesting that maybe this whole time, as much as we've been focusing on why maybe Desmond Ridder may not be good because he ain't took Mariota's spot. But did we ever think that maybe Desmond Ridder is taking first team snaps and we don't realize it?
And he's just not ready.
Oh, you talking about misdirection?
Because remember this. Let's break down how this regime went. Matt Ryan traded, didn't see it coming.
Right.
Remember, Deion Jones traded, didn't see it coming.
Uppercut.
Calvin Ridley, we kind of saw it coming, but they fucked that shit.
Not
right,
like that. Not like that. That's what you mean. Not like that.
We'll cover that.
Matt Hennessy practicing that. We found out Matt Hennessy had been practicing that left guard this whole goddamn time.
I ain't even know that.
Literally the day before the game started.
I had no clue.
Chestnut
I thought they was going to start Chuma over Matt Hennessy, but they said
we thought Hennessy was still rehabbing. We thought he was still rehabbing.
I ain't even heard of Matt Hennessy until he started.
I'm gonna be honest with you. K-Styles pretty much is telling y'all this whole season has been a chess match, and they've been doing it right in our face the whole time.
Mm-hmm. We ain't noticed
because every time a player goes down, what happened? I said they got some up their sleeve.
Right. They got somebody else right there.
Because I'm only comparing it to last year. We've always heard these reporters talking about Matt Ryan and how he looked at practice. We haven't heard not one report about Marcus Mariota in practice all year.
Yeah.
Right.
And let me tell y'all something that I know personally, because the sources that I do have, every last one of those guys, that's what I was talking about, the Deshaun Watson. And I was making calls around, texting around, messaging certain people. All of those guys had no idea that the Falcons were shopping or looking for. Nobody knew that. We did an interview with Tori. She had no clue what was going on. We interviewed Chris Brown, Scott. All these guys had no clue what the hell these reporters were talking about. And then all of a sudden, nothing happened. After all these guys from Twitter, they saying they sources told them, but we got guys that are close to the organization, and they said, you like I said, you can go back and watch our interviews where Tori say we are left in the dark when it comes down to Falcon organizational issue. We don't know things, what happens until they actually happen. They have no clue what's going on. So he's saying this to say that. Finish the case down.
Like I said, what has been the major issues with Desmond Ridder when he came out of college? A lot of people can't really tell. Outside of him playing in the division that he played in, losing to Alabama.
I
want a little shine on this too, because this is my guy too.
Yep.
Desmond Ridder's issues was more mechanical than anything. That's why when Alice said earlier, like it's kind of like a carbon copy of Marcus Mariota, is because he's kind of overthrown, but it's more so feet wise.
Right.
See, we don't see, like I said, and all this time we've been focusing on, well, Ridder should have been starting from here. Ridder shouldn't be starting. Did we ever think maybe the reason why Ridder didn't start, not because they didn't have faith in Ridder, but it's the fact that they wanted to work on aspects of his game.
That's
to make
precisely
sure they clean it up.
Hey, Styles, you are literally the smartest man on the earth, brother.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. We said this in the preseason games. Go back and watch the preseason games. All of our comments were, this dude, it has ice water in his veins when it comes to pressure up the middle and throwing the ball. He will stare down any lineman coming at him and will make a throw. He's not gun shy. But his mechanics at times when he feels under pressure, he does have wobbly mechanics. Because he really doesn't want to run first. He wants to try to go through his reads and progressions. He wants to run only when he's forced to, when he has absolutely no other recourse. Then he'll run. And that's what caught everybody's eye. Like we was like, no, he's a scrambling quarterback.
Ask one question. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, K-Star, I think it was you when I heard you say this one point. Ridder is looking to pass and go through progressions when he's throwing the ball, right? When he's playing quarterback
first.
But can we honestly say that one thing Mariota does well is he's very quick on his feet. If the rush is coming, he moves and he's very quick.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Ridder is actually he's actually as much of the athlete as Mariota is.
Okay.
See, the thing about it is this is why he's really been struggling this year. And we're not talking about, it's not that he can't play the quarterback position.
His feet mechanic.
The problem is up here. This coach, we don't know is this coaching staff has been scouting Desmond Ridder for the last couple of years.
Man.
This is the guy they want.
Hey,
Mariota already knew the assignment when he came in. It's like, okay, even though we signed you to a 2-year deal,
one of these years you're gonna probably back up.
Hey, K-Style, I see where you're going. It's literally
let's break it. Let me break down what Marcus Mariota issue is right quick. Let me get you guys what Marcus Mariota issue is, and I've stated this several times during the year. The difference between Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder is all up here. It's all up here.
Yeah.
Both of those guys, if you look at the combine numbers, if you look at how they dominated in college, they run almost the exact same. Like all the shuttles, the 4-3s, everything is damn near identical. Everything is that. They dominated in college. But the issue is Desmond Ridder. The difference between him and Desmond Ridder is a guy that believes that he's a great thrower of the football.
Yeah. Yes.
That's when you look at the great quarterbacks, there's no hesitation when they decide I'm going to hit this particular guy. That's what Mariota is. It's not that he can't throw accurately. It's not the fact that he can't run. It's not the protection. All right, whether or not he get this, because all the quarterbacks, they can throw under pressure. If you're in the NFL, you can throw under pressure. That's why you're in the NFL. That's why you stand out in college, because you can do the things that other quarterbacks can't do. The issue with Marcus Mariota, he does not believe in his arm. When you look at great quarterbacks, there's absolutely no hesitation when they decide to make a play, whether it's run or throw. It's quick, no hesitation. And when you look at Mariota, there's always slight hesitation. So that's the difference. That's the
Facts,
difference.
Mike.
Great quarterbacks and good quarterbacks.
Yeah. Because see, basically, how we said, Ridder is a playmaker. Mariota is a game manager. And if you look at Ridder is not a one read throw. He's a one. Let me see if this guy's open 2. Let me see if this guy's open 3. Okay, if it's not that, let me run.
Yeah,
you see the progressions in him where Mariota's like, okay, if I see I pick out a receiver that I want. If he ain't open, I'm gonna run it.
Yep.
Yeah. The best way to paint that picture for everybody is this: the way Juan and Mike is explaining this. The best way to paint this picture for y'all: there's a route tree that receivers run. Quarterbacks get out there and practice. 2 quarterbacks, the first string quarterback and the second string quarterback. They get the receivers out there with no defense, and they just hit them on the route tree. They go through the route tree with them. Mariota and Ridder will probably be identical as far as release time. They'll probably be identical in arm strength. They'll probably be identical in a lot of these things that we measure quarterbacks' arms on. Now, this the difference. When you put a secondary out there, when you make it 7-on-7, and you say, okay, we're going to run the same route tree, now we got a defense out there. You're going to see Marcus hesitate on certain throws because there's a defender there. Or because he thinks there's a defender there, or because he doesn't think that he can fit it in a window. Whereas Ridder, where his timing is going to be exactly the same as it was when there was no defense out there.
And K-Styles, you mind if I because you started the Desmond Ridder stuff, you know what I'm saying? You mind if I finish it real quick?
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
All right. So so this is really Matt Mike's thing.
Hold on one second. Let me just say it. We're gonna get everybody last takes after Alex break his down real quick.
All right. So this I really shouldn't really be commenting on this, because this is really Mad Mike's areas of expertise, because he was a former quarterback, so I know he really got like the full gist on this. But here's how I kind of judge quarterbacks, right? I judge them first on their accuracy, second on their arm strength, third on if they can fit into tight windows, and fourth if they can actually go through progressions and the style of offense that they went through. Now let me tell you about Desmond Ridder. All right, arm strength, no question. He can hit throws. Jordan Palmer, his QB coach during the draft, he's already advocated for that. If you watch the tape, he has an arm. You may argue that sometimes he underthrows balls. That's not an arm strength issue. It might be a timing issue. It's not as big as you think it is. Second, what was it? Arm, like if he can fit through tight windows, or accuracy. Accuracy, I think generally it's good. Like K-Styles had said, sometimes he messes up on ball placement, and it can be erratic at times. But that's why we drafted him in the 3rd round. We're spending resources. He's not starting, so we can actually fix those things up. So when he does start, it's less noticeable, or it just isn't. It's non-existent. Third, can he fit it through tight windows? In college, I didn't really think that he could. In the preseason, he showed me that he could throw a dart to Demir Bird and have it go for like a few yards. That to me impressed the absolute crap out of me, because I don't even think Marcus can do that. Fourth, did he play in a good a pro style or ready offense? Him and Carson Strong, in my personal opinion, and I think maybe Malik Willis, him and Carson Strong played in the most pro-ready offenses that I've ever seen. So, yeah, you could say, oh, there's an RPO, all his design runs, but he had to make full-on progressions, full-on reads. The concepts are relatively same. Maybe it wasn't the same exact or as advanced, or maybe they call it different terminology, but the concepts are the same. He makes reads. He can go through progressions. He can show this way, show this way, show this way. He can even look off safeties, which is an advanced level. He can do that. For example, if I were to take Matt Corral, I don't know if he can do that. That man played almost 50% RPO, like literally just pure RPO. But Desmond Ridder can do that. 55. And finally, Desmond Ridder has them legs. That man can stride like a gazelle. That man can run. He looked like he's jogging and he still run 4.4. This guy is legit. But is he ready to start? No. Like just no. The ball placement. We not sure if it's gonna like just pop out of nowhere and then y'all say no, he needs to be benched when Marcus Mariota has the same issue. Deep ball throws. Desmond Ridder underthrew a few balls and overthrew a few balls in Cincinnati. What's like why are we trying to like hurry him and when Marcus Mariota struggles with the same thing? Mentally, Marcus Mariota's been through more stuff than Desmond Ridder, even though Desmond Ridder is relatively close. And fourth, if we're being honest, Marcus Mariota, when he gets out the pocket, that man honestly is scary to some defenses. That man be making people miss. He be reminding me of Kyler Murray sometimes, and that's the biggest compliment. So I'm just saying, like y'all, some like I get it, I copy, I hear you. Ridder's cool. I love Ridder. K Styles loves Ridder. That man be watching him since what 2019. We all love Ridder, but that don't mean he needs to start right now. Like y'all gotta actually evaluate the team. Take Marcus out of the equation and tell me if this team is ready for this player skill set.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say this quick. You can put Ridder in the game, but as long as Dahlman is rolling the ball on the field, it don't matter. Does not matter. You're gonna set that man up for failure.
Look, he gonna end
That
up
motherfucker playing dice on goddamn.
Right.
I ain't gonna take that boy's head off. I'm gonna get off, but I feel like Arthur Smith has got to take Drew Dahlman out and just go ahead and put Matt Hennessy in, because I better see Matt Hennessy when he gets Drew Dahlman. Yeah. It's just the way how he snapped the ball. He snapped the ball too low that quarterback can't get it.
That last drive killed me.
Man, I'm
I
trying
ain't
to
gonna be honest with you, man.
Yeah, that last drive.
Marcus Mariota, he ain't gonna be.
Yeah, I think I know why. I think I know why Dahlman.
Yeah, but I was saying, they gotta go ahead and put Matt Hennessy back in the starting lineup, but put somebody else outside Drew Dahlman. I think Drew Dahlman also starting job going through the bye week and moving forward. Let Ridder do what he got to do, man. At the end of the day, I mean, we ain't got nothing to lose for now. I mean, Marcus Mariota, we gave Marcus Mariota a whole season, so his time up. And then they're gonna release some. Terry Fontenot ain't playing next year. This man want to win. We got the cap space next season. We trying to win. Terry ain't got time to be playing around. Hey, man, it's over with Marcus Mariota, man. Go ahead, K-Style.
So let me ask you a question as a fan, and this is a question that I always ask when it comes to this. And I actually been asking this question for a month, and I still ain't got a goddamn answer for it. We put Ridder in, and Brandon came in before. He really didn't answer it either. Are you going to judge him for these 4 games and decide? And as a fan, I'm just put your fan hat on for a second. Let's just say we look at Desmond Ridder in these 4 games. Are you looking to say if he doesn't perform well in these 4 games, the Falcons need to go and get another quarterback? Or and this is how I think, if you put Desmond Ridder in
and he stank up the joint,
you need to stick with him for 2023, regardless on what these 4 games say.
Facts.
He's gonna get I think he's gonna get like the Daniel Jones treatment. So maybe like after 1 year, he might get they might be on them. If the second year they'll be out. They'll if he's not like if he's not having a Tua season or a Jalen Hurts season or like a breakout season, then they're gonna be like, nah, this ain't my court. Because that's just how some fans are. Like they
gonna say that anyway.
They're gonna say that regardless.
Like I said, he ain't gonna get the first snap. They're gonna be like, we need to get a quarterback.
And that's precise. And oh my gosh, man, I'm telling you, sometimes I can't sleep at night with just how much these people be just saying Will Levis, we need Will Levis, we need Bryce Young, we need CJ Stroud. Like, if y'all don't shut up, like, please.
Hey, look. Before we go, let me say this. Before we get the final thing, let me say this right quick. When the NFL draft came around, when Desmond Ridder was selected to be the Falcons quarterback, the main thing I heard was this dude ain't it because he lost to Alabama. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. CJ Stroud is going against Georgia.
And he gonna get spanked.
That's gonna be funny.
Are we going to host for those that want CJ Stroud? Let's just say it. I'm just reiterating to those that want CJ Stroud. Are we going to hold CJ Stroud to that same energy, or we're going to let him get a pass?
No. They want CJ Stroud to win the Heisman Trophy. Let's be real here. They want that young man to win the Heisman Trophy. No matter what Stetson Bennett has done for the year or anything. Listen, I'm an LSU fan. Y'all spank my LSU Tigers. Listen, that young man is for. Let's be real. Stetson Bennett has done a lot of things. I know how Mike feel about Stetson Bennett, but you cannot take away what that man did. But they want that young man. They want CJ Stroud to win the Heisman Trophy.
I got something to say on this about CJ Stroud because again, I've been doing my scouting. CJ Stroud, I'll be honest with you. He's a good quarterback. I'll actually say he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. However, what I will say is he's been playing on like if we're talking about NCAA, right? He been playing on the most easiest difficulty that you can possibly play on an NCAA game. He got a good offensive line. He got a good wide receiving core. He got a good run. I mean, he got Jackson Smith and Jigma. He gonna go first round. He got Marvin Harrison or whatever. That dude going top 10, 15 next year. He got offensive line Paris Johnson. He going in the first round. He got what's his name? I think there's another dude on their defense stacked. Like they got everyone. And their defensive line coach probably should be a defensive line coach in the NFL with how much he be getting all these guys in the NFL. So I'm just saying, this man CJ Stroud out of you think Bama got the easiest difficulty? Try Ohio State sometimes, man. They be just doing it.
Actually, Mike coined them Athletic State University, and look what Matty goes here and says Stroud has no mobility.
And look, and that's usually when they get to the NFL, culture shock set in and they get run over because they got it easy in college.
Yep.
And this man had no adversity.
Look at Zach Wilson.
There you go.
Who the hell is Mike White?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Mike White looks like a way better quarterback than Zach Wilson. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and wind it down, man, because we don't want we already been on here damn near 3 hours. It's been a hell of a show. And we got plenty of week to goddamn talk about this. So let me hit this $10 super chat by Matt. It goes. He said if Mariota starts, Arthur Smith needs to stop with passes over 20 yards, run the ball in short passes, play to his strength. He's a runner with the pass accuracy of Felipe Franks.
Oh, now he ain't that bad now.
He ain't got it.
Felipe don't even pass the ball. Felipe don't even pass the ball anymore. He just runs. That's all.
He doesn't catch neither. Y'all disrespectful as hell. You see how disrespectful it is? Just knock my camera out of focus. That's how disrespectful.
That was that left hook you did. That was that uppercut you didn't see coming.
Oh boy, hell nah, boy. That mother hit me with that Mike Tyson goddamn.
The haymaker.
Exactly. But let's go ahead and wind it down, man. Everybody get their final shouts out and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and just close it out, man. So whoever want to go ahead and kick it off, man, floor is yours.
I'm gonna go ahead and go because I've been doing work the past like 30 minutes listening to y'all. So go ahead and try to finish this because I know my teacher gonna be on me tomorrow about it. But about that Desmond Ridder thing, man, Dave Ragone kind of hid something under us that none of us ever noticed in one of his interviews where they asked him about Desmond and said, how's his development been going? He literally said, we have meetings to where we make plays just for him. When he gets in the game, it's for him. He designed it. We talked about it. We designed it together. So he may not have been playing. He may not have been getting first team reps, or he may have. You never know. But they have been making plays designed for him. They've been making a playbook for him, basically setting it up for him. So it's kind of, they're basically kind of telling him and Marcus it's his show soon. It may be next week and maybe the week after. We don't know, but they're telling him it's going to be his show soon.
Must be the money.
Also, I might start a YouTube.
It's turning me up.
Videos. I might start little short videos. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Right now. But,
okay. Just let us know when you're gonna do it, man. We're gonna get the word out for it.
Got you.
I'm gonna close it out, fellas.
Shut the hell up, man. You gonna make me go? I'm gonna be going to sleep. I gotta watch the goddamn video before I go to sleep because of your crazy ass.
Cheese or pepperoni, Deion?
Right.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, I ain't gonna drop I'm next. I'm about to go, but my opinion, man, it's over with Marcus Mariota. I mean, he's been in the league for 8-9 years. You can't keep doing the same thing. You've been inconsistent. In the league, it's all about being consistent. That's all we talked about that. And then I told y'all before the jump, Red won't be the guy. But in my opinion, man, I just think I need to go ahead and let dude really start, man. There's no going back, no turning back around. We ain't got nothing to lose for us. Go ahead and put the young man in and see what he could do, man. Moving forward, put some pieces around him, some trenches. That's all I'm gonna say about that offensive line and defense. Get some pass rush for next year draft. Defense, Terry, please do it.
Shit, we need a goddamn center.
Hey, man.
Right.
Like a free agent get a center or go in and draft, because it's a lot of offensive line talent in this year coming up draft. Like what I'm saying, we got good interest, like Keith Styles say.
Oh yeah.
And Drew
because Drew Dahlman's starting to creep up that Peter Kahn's damn mention right there,
bro.
Drew Dahlman, they got the sport confused.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna mute my motherfucking self just for that.
If I don't know who next. Is Blackberry next?
It's whoever is open to whoever's next.
Hey, so I'm gonna give you my final. If I have to get into this military job tomorrow. So my thing is, guys, let's settle in. Not what we stay here as a fan base. We're not saying settle for mediocrity. What we are saying is we know the situation that we're currently in, right? So knowing that the current situation that we're in, if we continue to be pissed off about not being at top tier or performing at a high level, we're having mediocre or not pieces on the field, then that's a problem with us and within. We know what we have. Right. We don't have what we need on the field to be, performing at top performance. So what is be patient, understand what we're at, and understand where we're going as a team. This team will show you. And if the team don't show you and it doesn't make a turnaround, Matt Mike and K-Star will agree. The owner and a GM or whomever will make a change if they feel that it's not going to matter. All we can do is continue to be fans for this football team. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, I know goddamn well Tampa Bay ain't about to come back.
That's what it looked like.
What
Hey,
the?
why you had to say that?
Yeah, I was about to.
Where's Hakuna Matata? That motherfucker been here talking big shit.
I
I'm about to say that.
They know what you just called him.
We
Hakuna
want the
Matata.
Saints to win, but just from him in there talking all that shit, I hope they lose. So somebody can throw an egg at his damn door.
Nah, I need the Buccaneers to win because if the Saints win, we go in last place if they win.
Wait, we do? I thought the what's his name?
I thought we in third place.
Oh no, we do go to last.
Remember the Saints beat us. The Saints
you're
beat
right.
us.
We do go to last because the Panthers they're 4-8. But they still have they still won more division games than us, so I think we go to last.
Right.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think we beat this. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I don't like to count our games before we play them, but like we beat the Saints. I'm sorry. They got skunked out like 3 times this entire year. We beat the Saints.
I just know if the Saints win and we went out, hypothetically speaking. If the Saints win and we win out, we win the damn division. That's all I know. So as far as I'm concerned, y'all sorry ass swamp people better do something right tonight. Suck ass son of bitches.
Actually, no. If we went out, that week 18 game is for the division, and that's on.
The week 18 is for the division.
They just got another first down in the red zone, so.
Week 18
is in the red zone. Look like they're gonna win.
Playoffs or go home.
Brady over here throwing bombs. We got in rhythm now.
All right, I'm gonna give my final words, so we can go ahead and close this thing out.
First and goal.
Go ahead.
For the fan base, anybody that's listening that can hear my words. Ask yourself this question. I ain't asking you because y'all don't know how to answer damn questions. I'm just going to say, ask yourself this damn question. Would you rather put Ridder in now and he stank up the joint, regardless of if you just trying to see if we need to go quarterback in next year's draft or whether we got our quarterback for the future already on the bench? Regardless of whether or not you feel like Mariota is incompetent or whatever the fuck. Regardless, ask yourself this question.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Would you rather they done came back? Goddamn, how much time left on the clock?
19 seconds. No, it's 18.
Oh,
they got
18
it.
Seconds?
They got it.
No,
they got it.
They called it back.
It's a penalty. Yeah, they got 60
seconds. Even if we play them or not, New Orleans will always find some way to screw us over, one way or another. They
might win this.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, ask yourself this question, Falcon fans. Would you rather really come in there now and stank up the joint and we ruin our chances at having a chance to go to the playoffs and possibly make some noise? Or would you rather be in the playoffs and possibly upset some folks and make some noise? Because it's one thing that will never, ever be disputable. A running game in the playoffs gives you a whole lot of an advantage.
Thanks.
And we got the fourth best running attack in football.
Hey, hold on. We got some news here. I don't know if anybody said anything yet. Travis Hunter said he is transferring to Colorado.
Thank gosh. That dude should. He really should.
I mean, I don't think that
wasn't a shocker, but I just wanted to just say that.
I'm glad.
I figured he was gonna do that anyway.
Who come?
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I'm really hoping for this.
Because he wanted to play for Deion. So I figured he was gonna do that.
And Shiloh going too. Watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, K Styles, I'm gonna go ahead and go, man. All I'm gonna say is, listen, regardless of who we put in, it's a process. Y'all said this the year we rebuilding. This is what we doing. This is what rebuild teams do. Sometimes it's in our favor, sometimes it ain't. But like I told y'all, when you in the rebuilding process, you take more lumps than you do get wins. So, like I said, I'm gonna even kill. Because I see where they're going with this. They looking towards 2023, but they're not gonna lay down because they're not where they want to be right now. They're gonna play hard for these next games and see what happens.
Would you rather be in the mix in the playoffs and possibly upset some folks, or would you just rather just finish out the year a fucking letdown and go into the next year? I mean, because right now that's what you got. You got a running game that could actually keep you in this, and that could actually do something in the playoffs.
Oh, they got it.
Dang, man. Dang.
Brady is Bradying. He's Bradying.
Well, like I said, unlike y'all, I'm actually glad that's happening like that.
Yeah, we ain't got to hear that.
I don't give a damn.
I'm actually happy for that. I didn't need them to hit the extra point.
Oh boy,
that means that we're gonna need them to lose another game.
No,
karma is so funny like that.
What that means is we just need to let them keep winning, so we can have a game at the one more game, and then we have them at the last year, the last time. Game
now I'm gonna tell y'all, Brady killed them in the passing game.
Yeah,
Brady killed them in the passing game. That's what it was. Cause before, oh wait, it's a flag. Wait a minute, who did hit that?
No, it's on the other team. It's on the Saints.
Oh, okay. Oh, they gonna decline it.
That motherfucker threw the ball 54 times.
Y'all sorry sons of bitches.
Hakuna Matata.
And that is brought to you by the Mud Butt Soup of the Night.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that the Panthers, I think, still play the Bucks, and they shut out. They did really good against Tampa.
That's the problem, though. We have to win our games in order for us to not be in last place because the Panthers just beat us too. So we're split with them, and they got more division wins. So we're in a sticky situation right now. We don't want the Saints to win because then they can take our spot. But we need the Bucks to lose one game so we can at least have that spot. But we also don't need the Panthers to be playing. So that's why I hate how schedule makers make the NFC South. They always have us playing at the end when it counts.
I know. But if the Saints were to win this game, we play them after the bye, so then we have a chance to be first again.
But now I'm gonna tell you right now what won this game. They stopped getting the kind of pressure that was disrupting Brady. Brady got hot at the last minute because before they were giving him the business the whole game. Like literally, he was throwing it at the ground, throwing it at the back of people's helmets. He was all over the place. They let him get hot in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left.
I know one thing. I'm gonna be real hot if I wake up tomorrow morning on my Bleacher Report and I hear breaking news: the Falcons just signed Baker Mayfield.
I got some stuff I want to say about that.
Don't do that. We don't need no riots.
No, because everybody knows I don't like Baker Mayfield for shit.
Not a bit.
All right.
One thing about our organization, we do not feed into drama and bullshit.
No,
you ain't got to worry about that.
No, we don't need him having commercials of watering the flowers at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm good on that. I'm so good on that.
How they mess up the lateral like that? Never mind. Oh,
well,
gosh.
y'all fellas have a good night. I'm gonna get up here and go work for the government so they can talk bad about us tomorrow.
All right, man. Appreciate you, John.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Congrats on the baby.
Congrats on the baby too.
I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Take care of yourselves.
All right, you too, man. All right. So
it looked like Brady told the receiver, "I'm gonna get you a Lombardi trophy just for that throw."
I hate Brady. Never mind.
Wait a minute. Did y'all just play? Are y'all playing hot potato? Really?
Wait, what?
With no seconds on the clock? Cut it out.
Oh,
Stop
yep.
Stop it,
They were
Skanks.
doing all the laterals.
Stop it, Skanks. Stop it. You got never be playing hot potato. Stop it.
They trash, man. That's a trash ass team with trash ass fans in a trash ass city, in a trash ass stadium, in a trash ass fucking environment. They trash. The whole damn place is trash.
Let's see, what time is it? 11:14. Prince Kalukalakalu, the last thing.
Yeah, he ain't nowhere near to be found.
Where you at, Cougar Boy Wings? Where you at?
Cucamonga Cracker King. Where you at?
Where you at?
That man said Dennis Allen was the truth. It's gonna get ugly. It's the only thing that got ugly.
It damn show got ugly, boy.
I mean, ugly.
Nigga, y'all literally lost by 10 seconds again.
Y'all can't say no 28-3.
Dennis Allen, but he got a losing head coach record. He got a losing head coach record.
Y'all lost third. Look, this is the 13-3 game right here.
Exactly, they were up by freaking 16.
Y'all was
with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That's crazy.
Hey! Somebody put 16-3 in there, please.
Man, we're gonna say that for later on, man. Like I said, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Like I said, we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. I know this was kind of a long one, going on damn near 3 hours, but everybody had a lot to get off their chest.
A long week, a good week.
Oof, who you telling,
man?
We got agents of chaos coming in here and shit like that. Oh my Lord, have mercy. He gonna go back and tell him. He gonna go back and tell somebody. So don't be surprised if we see some names in this chat this whole week.
I know who you is. Trust me, I know who you is.
Look. Just don't be surprised. You're gonna see a whole bunch of new names we ain't never seen before. I'm telling
aliases.
I heard y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about around here. I got to see what all the fuss is.
So, till next time, people, we ain't here to play.
No.
We here to stay.
Ooh, yeah.
You ain't got to go home. But I got to go to work in the morning.
And that's West Side, shouty. And that's West Side, shouty.
Out, baby.
Deuces.